Hey, party people. Broadcasting from deep in the heart of Texas. It is now the 11th hour. Do you know where your reality is? What is up, everyone? I am your host with the most scary performance, broadcasting from an undisclosed bunker somewhere in Texas, awaiting the coming apocalypse, alongside Fizzy Pop and Nobleness D. We're glad to be with you tonight for the Freaky Friday event. Sorry for the late start, but I needed a nap and some Advil and coffee, and yeah, now I'm ready to go. It's been one of those days, man. It was like weird. It was muggy this morning. It was like, oh, it's gonna be one of those like muggy kind of days, whatever. And then it got like this cold front came in out of nowhere. I was like, dude, it's like isn't it April? Yeah, it's April. I don't know. We got another cold front. Weird weather, that we're always dealing with now these days. So anyway, very cold tonight, and I don't know. I just did some shopping, went out there, and brave the Corona wilderness, and yeah, hopefully I'm all right. Just saying, got home and just needed to, just felt a little tired today. So anyway, I'm with you though. I'm good. I'm back. I'm feeling I'm all right. I got my cup of coffee here. It's going to be a good broadcast. We'll sit back and enjoy it, guys. We'll have the phone lines open up, and Noble's with us tonight as well. And he's got some things he'd like to talk about. How you doing, Noble? Hey, man.
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
We seem to have lost Fizzy. Don't know if it's the time of night or what, but
it's that time thing.
She may be waiting right now, actually.
Yeah, she probably is. We'll check on her in a second.
Check the green room later.
Yeah, we'll check the green room later. She can just sit back there and chill with that weird bear of hers. She got this weird bear. Let me show it to everybody on screen. And the reason I won't bring her back in the room so we can talk about her. Okay, so here it is. And she's always doing this kind of stuff. And I'm warning her, man, about this bear. I think there's something more here. Let me show you what we got here. 1 second here. And I think we got a storm coming in too. It's kind of weird. All right. So check this out, guys. This is the bear in question. Let me do a share screen here. There we go. On screen there. There you go. Now, what we have here is a bear dressed as a bunny. I'm a little creeped out by this bear. I don't trust this bear. I think that it has some identity issues. And yeah. So anyway, without further ado, let's bring Fizzy back in and she can explain herself. Here we go. Hey, Fizzy, what's up?
Bear shaming?
I am bear shaming. I am bear shaming. I think you had a very strange. What you said, you had a bunny, and I was like, "Well, that's not a bunny. That's a bear." It's a very weird looking bear.
Bear stuff is different things. Like Valentine's still have like.
I told you, they're spreading corona.
Is a bumblebee.
What if they're spreading coronavirus? These little bears. I know. I know. And you rubbed it all over your face too? Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Fizzy. It's from Indonesia. Asian hands have touched that unwashed Asian hands have fondled that bear.
Grabbed it.
Oh, God.
First of all, you start the broadcast at 12:12, and then I come in to see my being ridiculed.
Yes. Well, listen, this is what the internet was meant to be.
I'm good.
Listen, Don't be sending me one of those smallpox bears. I don't want. Don't be sending me nothing right now. You wait a few months.
Uh-oh. Is my internet not back yet?
You were for a second. It cleared up. It's all good. Yeah, it cleared up. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine now. I mean,
for a
started.
Couple, I know it's back. Okay, cool.
What?
Good, right?
Yeah. I'm telling you, you're fine. Don't listen. Don't listen to the chat. They don't know what to.
I can't help it.
Oh, for a second you did. Yeah. But see, I brush that off. I'm like, psh,
okay.
I don't get all freaked out about it. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to mention it. I'm just going to let it pass. Just like we should do with this Corona thing. You need to let it.
And the Easter Bunny.
And,
spring.
Exactly. Uh-oh. Now you are breaking up. Oh. Fizz. You want to try, you want to try a reboot or something? We can't. It's everywhere. I guess. All right. So she's going to reboot. Okay. And then while she's gone, we can talk about her bear. And no, just kidding. We'll leave the bear alone for a minute. But yeah, just thought I'd bring that one up. This is the kind of stuff that you get to see behind the scenes. And welcome to the backup channel, guys. Welcome to the Book of Daniel channel. And yeah, my regular channel is not up and running still, even though I was told by another fellow YouTuber that everything would be fine in a week. Don't worry. You'll be able to broadcast. Don't worry. It'll be fine. I'm not naming names, but I was given some bad information.
More? I think it's longer.
Oh, it's longer. Yeah. I don't know. It's one of those things. I'm not even in the mood to even dispute it right now. I'm like waiting. I'm like, should I even mess with this? It's just whatever. I mean, right now, with the way everything's going, I think, screw it. I'm not gonna worry about it. Because at least on this channel, I can play anything, do anything I want, and not worry about, monetization or worry about any of that. Worry about losing it, worry about this, because I don't have it. So guess what? I can just, I'll play whatever. If I get a copyright strike on it, oh well. So what? It'll still be there. And I mean, if they put ads on it, well, somebody else will get the, the funding. But I don't care. I'm just like, whatever. This may be a good thing. I can be a little more free and open about what I say. Maybe this is the time I need to be doing that. Fizzy's in the background here. Hey, Fizz.
All right. How about now? Are we good?
Yep. No, I don't hear you at all.
Yeah, you're getting a package for Easter. Yeah.
Oh, I know. I'm going to get a bunny. I'm going to get a bear bunny. Yeah.
It was the last one. So, unfortunately, I have to get something else.
Oh, okay. Well, now we talked about it enough. Don't worry. A shame. But see, that's what the internet should be for, though. I mean, if you think about it, it's like when people, do stuff, we should be able to shame others. And that way you learn, right? And shaming bears and, shaming. That's why, I mean, look, we're all better for it. But, now in this new world, you can't do any of that.
Yeah, but I already had a bad day. And between this bear and actually finding toilet paper, I felt good for a little while. And now I feel bad, Dan.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring you down. Wasn't my intention. No. Listen, we're gonna have a fun night tonight. We are gonna bring the phone lines open, and but before I do that, let me go ahead and give this room a quick shout out 1 second here. Let's see what we have here. We have Adam Rose tonight, Lone One, Aurora Vorox, Cowboys here, Catherine Snow, CJ Wood, Condescending Oaf, Connoisseur of Sorts. Let's see, Dean Johnson, Fast Paced, Fizzy Pop, Glowing's Me, Hannah Walker, Hebrew from Eternia, It's Cool Mofo, It Cool, Mandela Mile, Melissa Hecker, Moonlit Illusion, Lothar 900, Mountain Scooter, Nico is here. Noise Guru. Euler Greg. Pushing Buttons 62. Rosa A. Sagittarially Speaking. Sandra K. Skabrowski. Session of the Nile. Solos is here. Spencer's Mustache. Splatter 420. The Truth Sent You Free. True TNT. Unborn Baby Bird Egg. Demon Baby Yoda 2020.
Where's the bird egg reference from? That sounds familiar.
I don't know. I'm not sure, but the Demon Baby Yoda, man, I am down on that. I am so on board. I've been saying that forever. Everybody's like, oh, that little baby Yoda's so cute. I'm like, y'all are looking at a little baby demon. That is a demon if I've ever seen one. I'm like, y'all think that's cute. Okay. You know my test. You know, you wake up and that little baby Yoda is staring at you, sitting on your dresser at night. Okay, you wake up and
anymore. Dude, I don't trust it.
You would shit. You would shit
a bear. You have no idea what's cute. None.
You would shit an unborn baby egg if that thing was in your room. Okay? So don't give me this. Oh, he's so cute on TV. No, he's not. I've been trying to tell you that. Y'all are just that's a demon. I don't trust that little baby Yoda. He scares me.
It's all right, Dan. It's all right.
I'm just telling you, man. Anyway, look, we'll do that. But we got a lot of stuff to cover tonight, man. We got some crazy stuff. You know, I know you don't want to get into the Hunan or nothing, but you know, that's
Can I tell my toilet paper story before you guys get into the heavy stuff?
Okay, go ahead. Tell us your toilet paper story.
Okay, so we went out today. We went to 3 different stores to get supplies. You know, it's like a scavenger hunt out there. And the first store was Kinney Drugs. I had some prescriptions to pick up for my mom, blah, blah, blah. And they had all this paper towels, like displays of paper towels. And every time I saw the displays, I'm like, yes, toilet paper. And they faked me out with the paper towels. So we went to the second store, and I finally found, there was 3 of them left, these giant 20 packs of toilet paper, right? I picked it up, and I was dancing with it. I was having a great time. And on my way out of the store, this woman comes up to me. And she gave me kind of a look because I got this big thing in my cart. And she's like, oh, so let me guess, you took all the toilet paper. And I'm like, no, all they have is these huge 20 packs. And she's like, okay. And I'm like, if you hurry, I think they still have some left. And she did this weird grabbing cart scoop dance.
She thought you were a toilet paper hoarder? Is that what she thought?
She accused me, and then she was admiring it, and then she scoots off to grab her own. Like it was this happy little dig jant scoot cart thing that she did, and she just like went off to the toilet paper with the happiest look on her face. I almost wanted to wait in the parking lot to see if she ended up getting one, but she was so freaking happy, Dan. It was crazy. It made me happy. I don't know. Maybe I'm a weirdo too.
I got some.
TP makes us happy now.
I'm down to my last 4 rolls, but they're the big mega rolls, so I'm not stressing yet because I'm thinking, you know, that mega roll. If I just, work at this, I can probably, make it last. But here's the thing: I think I'm going to be able to get toilet paper. I did see some on the shelves today at the store. All right.
And but our store's
no, because they're selling the 1 roll for $1. Now, that's not really, it wasn't a big thick roll. It was like a regular, like a roll and it was that stuff that's like the stuff you can use to like sand your car with, like that 40 grit sandpaper, like the stuff they have like in the bathrooms, the normal bathroom. What I'm wondering is our bathroom, are people stealing it? Out of bathrooms, like going up to Starbucks and taking their toilet paper, and
they were doing that actually.
Were they?
They caught people doing that, and they were stealing hand sanitizers off of counters and stuff like that. But I've heard, and I'm not sure if it's true, but if you go to Walmart or like Target, if you ask at the customer service desk, they'll give you the toilet paper because they can't trust people to put it back on the shelves.
They're going to find out. Yeah. Well, they're going to find out that if you mix sanitizer with certain types of toilet paper, it gives you coronavirus. Watch. I mean, I'm just telling you, wouldn't that be funny? Like if they came out and they said, "We found this weird combination causes coronavirus." Like if you have sanitizer on your hands and you mix it with the toilet, it like there's some sort of chemical reaction and it goes through your butt, and then you end up like with corona. It's really not corona. It's more like cornhole.
I don't understand. I don't understand why we can't get more toilet
the whole time. I was TP for your mama. I was going to say something about it. Totally.
I'm just saying, like, dude, they would.
I forget about that one.
Well, listen, I'm glad you got your 20 pack, and it's good to know because I might need to hit you up. I might need to have you.
So now I don't have the virus, and you need my toilet paper. I get
it. Yes. Hell yeah. Dude, here it comes down to it. I already, I'm just like, Oh, by the way, speaking of the virus, like I know that Vivian called in last week and talked about that crazy swab test, but actually watched that happen, like a video of that being done. Like, screw that. Oh. Listen, if I get sick, all right, I'm just going to call it. All right. I'm just going to officially announce that I have the coronavirus. There's no need to have me checked. Okay, I will just openly just admit to it.
I forgot to ask her.
I'm not taking a swab up the nose. Mm-mm.
I forgot to ask her, did it hurt or did it tickle or is it just like a strange
She
feeling?
said they poked her in the eyeball. It went down the wrong, like when they stuffed it up there, apparently like it hit her in the eyeball. Like, yeah, like she's got, I don't know, something up with the nose. I don't know. So, yeah. So it hit her in the eye, in the eye duct or something. I don't know how it went the wrong way. I don't know if that's true, if that can happen. I really don't know the nasal cavity anatomy, whatever. I'm not really that versed on it, but apparently, I don't know. I guess you can. I don't know. Can it go through the eye? Can it get there? I guess. I don't know. So it's weird. Well, I'm thinking like, what if they got some on the swab, man? They're putting some nanotech into your brain, like using the swab. I just don't believe that it takes something like that, right? To find out if you've got anything. Like, really, do you need to go way up in the nose? Like, that's where the coronavirus. Don't I have it all over my body?
Fresh mucus.
When you get infected, it'll turn yellow, and it'll be at the in the back first, I think. I don't know.
The virus builds up in fluids. First, at least.
I get to
spit on it or something. God,
no,
I'm just thinking there can't be a better test than that.
I think
I ain't doing
the bacteria in your mouth kills it. Maybe, quite likely. You don't get a lot of sickness through the mouth. You get most of it through the nose. And
okay, she says it hurts because they have to get fresh mucus, and it lights up if you're infected. Ooh, that's kind of fancy. Like it knows automatically, and it just starts flashing like, you win, you got the corona.
Why don't we have those cool little meters that China had that just scan your head, your forehead? And,
we got those. We got those.
And that way, it's like ding, ding, you just won a prize. An all paid expenses trip to the nearest FEMA camp. I'm just saying, like you get to go you get a free boat ride. Yeah. Speaking of boat rides, that boat you're talking about. So we saw this news article. Fizzy pulling up here. Let me
I got it from Facebook. I can't remember who posted it, but it's crazy.
Right here. So here it is right here. The headline is, let me see here. Engineer intentionally crashes train near hospital ship Mercy. The ship's name is Mercy. Believing
the one in
in
New York is the Comfort.
That's the Comfort. And then there's Mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Yeah, dude. I'm just don't get on that boat. Engineers initially, intentionally crashes. Let's see, train near hospital ship Mercy, believing in weird coronavirus conspiracies. Feds say. Listen to this BS. So this guy supposedly crashed the train, and then he says it's because he was, all into these internet conspiracies about, once again, demonizing truthers and conspiracy theorists out there. I saw that some videos that were up talking about coronavirus, like talking about other aspects of it or whatever, are taken, so one of my links was taken down. Not my link personally, but a link that was sent to me. I did watch the video, but it's gone now. So we have that. But let me show this to you here. Right there, engineer. Yeah. And then you got this guy right here, coronavirus. Let's listen in. It's hitting Hispanic work. Oh, this is George Stephanopoulos. You lizard. You have effing. Dude, he's such a lizard. Let's listen.
Of the 3.3 million who filed the week before.
So when we think about what's happening with COVID-19 in terms of the economy, there's two things going on.
Dude.
There's workers that are out there in the world, the front lines. There are workers that are continuing to work in healthcare and social assistance.
This is the kind of stuff that you get on regular media there. Anyway, on Tuesday afternoon, California Highway Patrol officer.
Never mind. Huh? Sorry. I'm really lagged. I don't need to keep cutting you off. I'm like super lagged.
I know. You're kind of choppy. It's okay. You're not always choppy. It's just choppy sometimes. On Tuesday afternoon, California Highway Patrol officer Dylan Eckfield was rumbling down Harbor Avenue on his police motorcycle in San Pedro, California, when he witnessed a strange sight, a freight train flying off the end of the tracks. Well, that would be strange. Okay. It didn't even try to slow down, he said. Okay. Then he watched it smash through the concrete steel barriers at the tracks and at the track's dead end near the port of Los Angeles. Okay, let's see what they got here. So this is the train car, I guess, and it's saying it crashed. I don't understand. Okay, maybe it was going this way and it crashed through all this right here. I don't know.
I don't understand how he thought he would reach the boat by doing this. Like the end part where it gives his statements, it just oh my gosh.
I don't know. I mean, like, really, so this guy who's obviously, I'm assuming he has he has a job driving trains, or at least knows how to drive them or whatever. He's going to risk all of that, right, to try to crash a train into this boat, okay, to let people know that it's a huge conspiracy or whatever. I mean, I don't know. It's a very strange story. And I just think there's just a level of deception and BS. It's like one of those that one where the plane went off the runway. Remember that? The plane went off the runway and they showed people getting out, and like it looked like so made up, Fizzy. I mean, there was like rust on the windows, like it was a
and there was
plane
a hole in the window too, like someone gets stuck out the window. All right, so right there is where it gets to
yeah.
It says right there is where it gets to this guy's statements, and what's really weird. All right, if you believe in the conspiracies about the mind control, he didn't go into work planning this or anything. He said the idea just popped into his head, and he thought it would be a good idea. And all of his family and friends are like, "This isn't him. Like, why would he do something like this?" So maybe he was mind controlled to crash the train.
Oh. Maybe it was a 5G. It took control of his mind and made him drive a train erratically, and also while also believing in conspiracies, because you can't forget that, so that aspect of it. Well, here's another one for you. This guy right here. Check this out. This is German State Finance Minister Thomas Schaefer found dead. And they say he's found dead because They said police suspect Thomas Schaefer died by suicide after his body was found on train tracks.
Another train.
Now, he's a finance minister and he died. Okay. Now they're saying it's because he was so worried about the coronavirus. Really? And they're saying
Are
this guy,
trains
like,
going to be the red scarf of Corona?
I don't know. Another train. Yeah, I thought that was weird. And here's the thing. It's like, well, first off, I don't think this guy killed himself. Nope. I think that, being that he's a finance minister, maybe he wasn't going along with the plan. This plan to bankrupt the entire world that seems to be going on right now. I don't know. It's
So
just
he's
kind of
laid
weird
on
to
the
me.
train tracks or something? Or
I
threw
guess
himself
so.
in front of a train?
Well,
Jeez.
maybe threw himself on a
That's
train or
awful.
laid there and decided that that's the way you're going to go. Really? Death by train? Really? I don't know, man. I never really gave the whole idea much thought. But train would not, being run over by a train would not be my first. No, I don't think I would go for that because I know I'd botch that. I just
Clearly
I
that
would-
risk exists, right? Like you might live
Yeah.
through it somehow. You just get smashed
Yeah.
somewhere or lose
You
half
might
of
end up-
yourself.
Well, then you might just end up with like just now you're alive and you're just you're just a torso.
A torso.
A torso.
Jinx.
Yeah. What?
We both
Jinx
said
what?
torso at the same time. Like that's a common thing that people just end up as torsos.
I'm just saying. You don't want to end up as a torso. I don't. That'd be terrible. I'm just saying, like, dude, and then I'd botch it. I'm just
It is pretty classic, right? Leave the body by the train tracks.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a pun or a
Yeah.
joke almost, It's classic.
It's almost like let's kill this
Hanging
guy.
by your own scarf and
Right,
So-
right. It's like it's obviously I think he was killed, and then they were like, "Well, we got to make it look like a suicide. What do we do? I don't know. Put him in front of a train track. Let a train run over him, and then they'll say, he was so worried about corona." Then this is the story they give you. He's worried about, dude. There's not that many cases in Germany. Germany is really not a hot spot in the world. What is he worried about? And it's just. Oh my God. Anyway, but being that he's a finance minister, now that raises some red flags because there's so many things going on right now that we know are going to, it's definitely going to affect our economy. My stores, dude, they're gouging. I'm telling you, they're gouging all their prices. Fizzy, like when you look at, you can tell like the new stickers, everything's got new stickers. I mean, a box of cereal, one box. Regular cereal is $5.
Ooh.
$5 with one store.
We don't got that yet.
Oh, we got some gougers.
Everything was normal.
I don't know if we have those laws in place for gouging, but they're gouging a bit. I believe they are. Everything went higher. So we went to the register and I was like, so why are you gouging? She's like, well, we're raising prices because, we have to pay for all the, stuff that we had to sell. Mike, did you just hear yourself? You've had record sales in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Why would you be raising your prices then? Like, that doesn't make any sense. It's like, well, because we've sold so much, it's put such a burden on us. We've had to raise our price. Like, what kind of fucking logic is this? Like, it's just weird. I don't know. It's like almost some scripted thing, whatever. But that was the excuse we got. And but we didn't do the main. That wasn't my main store. It was just a different store we go to, and I had to pick up a few items. And just noticed some people walking around with a mask. Of course, I like the one where people wear the bandana. They look like
like a
Desperado.
train robber. Oh, trains again.
Trains again. Oh my God. Well, that's the thing is like you could totally get away with wearing one of those, and you wouldn't know if they're there to rob you or buy something. How would you know? I don't know. It's just weird. So we have a lot of that going on. Some people walking around looking in Texas is kind of funny too, because you just see that kind of stuff. You're like, oh boy. It makes me want to say something, but I've refrained.
Listen to this one, Dan.
What's up?
There was another bald guy on Richie from Boston, a whistleblower, and now he's dead from corona. Thanks, Suso. I can't say that on the air.
Yeah. Well, we're just yeah, we're just I see the comments. Look, I don't know. I didn't see the bald guy, and I don't know, and I can't vet anything from that channel. So that's all I'm gonna say with that. Hey, you do what you want to do. That's all. As far as that goes, yeah, I just think that it's weird that, so far, the majority of people we've heard that actually have it, okay, I don't know anybody, honestly. I mean, I've heard of people who know somebody or whatever, but like, I don't know. And Scott's worried about it. I talked to Scott. He's like, he's kind of concerned because he's watching the numbers. He's saying, by the numbers they're saying, the way things are blowing up, it could be like 13 million people or something like that in the United States get it. I don't know if that's true, but we'll see. I think I'm more concerned with just what they're doing with the social distancing and keeping people like doing all this stuff. I think they're taking it a little too extreme, and I think that I don't know. We'll see. Right now they're shutting down. I asked him about his wife. She's out of state. So I was like, is she coming back? He's like, well, I don't know if she can because they're blocking off the highways, like, from the state she's in. So she can't, so they're making it difficult to travel. They're making it difficult to move. They're making it difficult to be around each other. Right. And so all of this is really putting a hamper on like movement. And I know, and they keep acting like you need to stay at home. Just stay at home. Stay at home. And it's like people losing their jobs. People are, like getting worried. And I don't see any good end to this right now. I don't know, what's going to happen.
Now.
Huh? What's that?
They're saying July. We have to stay home until July. Are you kidding me?
July.
Like, why?
How is this isn't gonna work. And we're gonna sign another stimulus bill for another few $1 trillion to pay people? Is that what we're gonna do? Because that little 1 month's check ain't gonna cover it. So if they want us to stay at home for even longer, what are they gonna do? They're gonna just keep spending money until we're so in debt or just break the dollar. The global.
I was tempted.
Yeah.
I was tempted to put stuff on the credit card just to have extra. And I'm sure people are doing that already.
They're going to listen, there are going to be so many people bankrupt and so many people hurting and in desperate need that I don't think this is going to go well. I think that, to me, that's the main concern. And, I think that there's like I said from the very beginning, I've never said that the virus wasn't real or, whatever. But when I've looked at the numbers, just from what I was seeing and what everyone, even the officials, the mainstream officials were saying, I don't think it's, yes, it does kill some people. Yes, it can be bad, but, it's still like 3% mortality rate. And that's a real small percentage for, tearing down the entire world economy. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I'm not saying that people die, but
kittens. Every time, every time Corona gets brought up, we need a kitten.
We need kittens. Yeah, you're probably
the
right.
chat's like, no more Corona.
I know. We need kittens. Well, this is, especially on Mandela Monday, we gotta have kittens. People aren't ready for that. We get into it. We have to get into it. What it is.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't say nothing all week. Well, for at least a few days, and then I'm just like, I might as well say something. I mean, I was
fine. I was fine all week. I was fine, and then I went out today, and there was the the incident at the hospital, and now I got a corona bear, and now I'm all worked up again.
Yeah.
I was so excited though. This is bizarre. What is that? Kittens?
Yes, kittens. Yeah. Hold on. There we go. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Friends coming on
Fizzy?
shapes inside. Oh,
Stop watching the
I don't know if
kitten.
you wanted me to mention.
The kittens are for the audience.
But
Yeah.
Joe had a doctor's appointment this afternoon, and I was out in the parking lot for like an hour because they were so backed up, and I saw people getting tested for corona. And it was really strange. They had this like trailer. What did it say on it? Like Command Center, Lewis County Command Center or something. And this truck
Command
pulled
center.
up.
Oh,
And
boy.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
Command Center or Communication Center or something like that. This truck pulled up, and they gave him a bunch of pamphlets. They asked him a bunch of questions, which I couldn't hear because Puggy was whining. But I heard him, like ask about, have you had a temperature and blah, blah, blah. And then they came out and they did the swabbing and took the temperature, and they had this like box. I guess it was like a test kit or something. And I don't know. It was weird to watch. I don't know.
Oh.
I see
Well.
everybody saying that nobody's being tested. All the hospitals are empty and derp. And it's like, yeah, if you're only there for 2 minutes, you're not going to see anything. I was there for an hour. I only saw one person being tested, but people are being tested. I don't know if they're positive or not because we've only got 2 cases.
Right. Yeah, I've seen those videos too. Now I can't.
That's a bad idea.
What's that?
It's a bad idea. Do not go into your hospital and harass the workers and ask to see the patients. You will get thrown out and you could get arrested. It's not those people's fault. They're doing their jobs. If you want to call somebody, call the government or the senators or something. I don't know. Write a letter. Just leave those people alone. Sorry.
I'll just have a doc on. I'll bring the doc back on and be like, "Look, man, let's get down on it," because he might give it to me straight. He might tell me what's up. I don't know. I'm gonna call the doctor and
Doesn't
see if
everybody know Doesn't everybody know like a nurse or 2 or 4?
Yeah, we
My
do.
sister
I mean,
works at the hospital. That's why I'm saying
what is,
don't go bother them.
What's Deb saying? She's been talking to you. What's she been saying? She's a nurse. What's she? What's happening?
Well,
she
she's
think?
in
I know
kind of she's kind of in a
Sure.
hot spot because she's right at the
Yeah.
border, and what she does is she works in Canada and she also works in New York. So now that they've closed the border, she can't go back to New York, which is kind of weird for her. But she said there's a lot going on over in Buffalo. I know people are getting sick in
Yeah.
Buffalo. They don't talk about that because everyone's like, oh, New York City. But yeah, that area of Buffalo and the border Niagara Falls area is getting hit. And she's worried because she's got elderly parents like we all do. And, you don't want to bring the germs home, which is what I'm worried about because I'm not willing to take the chance that this is, I'm not 100% this is fake. I'm not willing to take the chance and end up infecting my parents.
My stance is that it's not my stance is the virus exists. Okay. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt there isn't a coronavirus. I doubt my biggest thing is that the numbers that they're spewing out are not legit to some degree. Okay. I think they're overhyping it. Yes. Is it possible that yes, older people could be affected by it? For sure. Is it possible? Do I believe people perhaps have died? Yeah, sure. Okay. I can't say one way or the other. So I'd say we should take precaution, but every year, influenza hits United States. People get sick and apparently die from influenza, and nothing gets said. And now all of a sudden we're freaking out. See, this is my issue. Now I say the reason they're doing this whole lockdown freak out stuff is there's a bigger agenda at play here. That's my biggest stance on this whole thing. And I'm been trying to figure it out. Now, Hebrew asked me, "Why are you not on Facebook, dude?"
Have
You gotta be, boy.
you seen
I
Facebook?
cannot. Have you seen Facebook? I am not about to get into that. I can't take that right now, man. I am literally watching videos and doing my own research, and I don't want anything from Facebook, man. That if there was ever a propaganda tool, good Lord, man, that is Facebook. And I am not about to get on that right now. I need to back away from that and just focus on what I need to do over here. I just can't. I mean, I want to,
Because
huh?
everyone is either one way or the other. It's fake or it's real. There's got to be something in the middle where I think it might be real, but it's not as deadly as they say, and maybe not even as contagious as they say. And there's no reason for the stores to be out of toilet paper. I have no idea what to think right now. I'm having some kind of manic episode. My brain is like, I'm just done with it. I can't. Let Noble talk.
All right. Well, here's the thing. Yeah, and I'm not on TikTok. Don't even start that lie in the Lothar TikTok. Just seen it. There's some crazy. That is the craziest. What we watched the TikTok feeds that one night, Fizzy. What the hell? Oh my god. Whew. You know what? Those are like the old. I don't know. Those like rejected YouTubers or something that went to TikTok.
Even worse, rejected Musical.lys went to TikTok. Remember
yeah.
Musical.ly? Ugh.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I guess so. All right. Well, look, let's bring Noble in. Noble, what did you want to talk about, man? Go ahead and share some thoughts. Yeah.
Bring up.
Yep.
Interesting little story happened today. Want to throw that on screen?
Yeah, sure. Let's see here. Let me grab the link here.
No. My image first.
Oh, your image first. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
I'm screen sharing. Yeah.
Your screen, yeah.
This morning I woke up and sold a couple vac bags. I don't have a toilet paper story, Fizzy, but I do have a vacuum cleaner bag story. Central Vac, Johnny Vac. Thought, oh, that's cool. So I was like 19, 26. I'm like, man, I made a fortune off that because I knew I was selling them one at a time. And then I realized, oh, 2 of them, but he got the 2 I put up. It's like, oh, dude, get them all. And then the news came on. I'm like, HEPA filter news. I'm like, dude, you're a genius. You just bought my HEPA filter bags. And that's a guess, of course, right? But I'm like, that makes sense. And then it's like, I would have thought of that myself if I had been thinking about masks or giving a crap, and I don't. I'm not worried about it, so I never thought of it myself. But perhaps this person in the Mississauga region, which is Toronto-ish, basically, bought some HEPA filter vacuum cleaner bags to make some masks. Now, that might be a bit of a guess, a bit of a stretch. Crazier thing, I took that address. That is not somebody's address. I don't mind showing it on screen. I did get rid of the name that was attached to it, though. I don't know who dude is, but I just Googled the freaking address. Check this out. Oh, man, I just got another PayPal thing that came up right now, slowing me down. Leave me
What's
alone.
that?
It is. This address takes you directly to the Credit Valley Surgical Association. Like, really? Wow.
They want your vacuum cleaner?
The HEPA filter bags. Really?
No,
Now, do they have a central vac here? And maybe that's a maintenance guy and happen to be getting it sent to the building when I think they typically would order from, like, I don't know, Home Depot, maybe. Not a dude on freaking eBay, right?
I thought this story was going to go differently because you said you don't have toilet paper, but you had a vacuum. I was like trying to figure out how that would work.
Bag story.
Oh, gross. The ass bag. Brought to you by.
I guess that's one idea. That
What's
pretty strange, right? What do you think? Did they buy my HEPA filter bags to to make some masks? Are they thinking like, are they that hard up, or are they like thinking outside of the box in like 2 months in the future? Or is it just a maintenance dude? I doubt that, because you wouldn't order your crap off eBay. That's ridiculous. You don't, like, I don't know. I don't get it.
If they're on a budget,
No,
Okay.
they're not. But it's medical, dude.
Oh,
Money for your maintenance and your cleaning is not really an object,
well,
right?
is it a particular vacuum? Maybe it's they can't get the bags anywhere else.
Oh, you can. Oh yeah, you can.
Oh, okay.
And I don't even look like, that picture's what you see. I was selling them individually, not even with the original bag included. So it was whatever, just for people that wanted one. It's a home vac, so people can go like months and months and months, only get one. So no one else in Canada was doing it, so I did that. And then oddly enough, anyway, these guys bought 2. I only put 2 up. I got another one, which, come to think of it, I think I'll just hold on to. Why not, right? HEPA filter.
Make you a
vacuum bag.
gas mask or something. Maybe.
Well, it's HEPA. It won't even let pollen through, dude. A water droplet will never make it through, ever. It's HEPA filter. It's like the most expensive filter going. It's sort of commonly known of, I guess you could say. Yeah, funny.
I got one of those in my vacuum. Get the HEPA filter.
Yeah.
Big one. Yeah. That'd be kind of cool. If I do it, I'm gonna make it like a Darth Vader mask or something. Walk around with that. And you don't have the, I don't know. It'd be cool to have the sound effect, I don't know, just to scare the shit out of the kids, But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, just saying, got one on the vac. So no, that's kind of interesting, man. I don't know. Maybe they are planning later on.
You don't need my tainted toilet paper. Then you got a vacuum.
I wasn't gonna
Hey,
wait.
girl, you better stop hoarding. I'm gonna start a rumor that you're toilet paper hoarding. You better send me some.
Help it. That's literally all they have is huge packs. They make you feel like a hoarder and like, oh, I shouldn't have this many when other people don't have any at all. But it's like you don't really have a choice.
I want some toilet paper rolls, some weird peep cookies that are angry peep cookies, and what else do I want? And some beauty products. I really got it. This is the time. Yeah. If I'm gonna be laid up I really need to get my work on my doing my masking and work on some just saying, work on the face a little bit,
Is your
keep it up.
Diabetes well enough to have a people cookie?
You know what?
They're basically sugar.
Yeah, whatever happened to me a few months ago, I don't know, man. Like I don't know what caused it. I don't know what made my system do what it did. When it literally felt like I was dying. Levels in the 600s and then 400s after that. Right after I started eating right, I started like trying to like going, oh God, but for a month I drank the green shakes and I did all that stuff and it wasn't really working. And then finally I got on insulin, and then the insulin brought it down, and every day I monitored myself, and I had a graph, and I was graphing it with Excel. And today we sit here and I check my blood levels, and I'm at 105 in the morning. After I eat something, I might go up to 150, but it goes right back down. There's a spike, and
and then you eat a cookie and it's like 1,000.
I don't. Well, no, see, and I'm not doing that. I'm not eating any. If I have a little sweet, whatever, it's a little sliver of a piece of pie or something like that. Nothing big, nothing crazy. But I'm eating, like, you gotta remember, like I would eat like a salad and my blood sugar would go through the roof. Like it was bad. I was eating salad. I was drinking this crazy green kale shake and it was going up. I was like so frustrating. I was like, why can't I get this crap to go down? I feel awful. And finally got it under control. And then now I haven't taken insulin in almost, over 2 weeks, maybe 3. I don't know. It's been a while. I haven't taken any insulin. I don't need it. So I'm not saying I'm cured, but it's not it's not affecting me anymore. And so I don't know what the hell I did.
You
Like
just miss my cookies. I get it. I'll see what I
I'm
can
just
do.
telling you that I'm totally primed for a Peep cookie. Okay, so if you want to send some, I'm totally game. But I still won't go crazy with anything sugary like that. I'm still, not going to be like, oh, I'm cured, like let me just go ahead and eat this big old pie and this ice cream and all this kind of stuff.
The
I'm not
whole
going to do that.
tub of cookies.
Yeah, I won't do that to myself. I mean, I have some sodas I drink, but they're low calorie, that kind of thing. They've got sugar in them, but it's like very little sugar, so it's only 20 calories per Coke. You know what I mean? Like it's enough so it doesn't taste like you don't have the aspartame or anything like that in it. And it's enough sugar so it doesn't taste like, doesn't taste horrible, but it doesn't taste like a regular Coke either, which is probably good. So, stuff like that. But I do drink filtered water, and I got just taking care of myself. But that's the thing. I don't know. It's weird. I know. I mean, I don't know. The diabetic condition just seemed to sort of fade away. And I definitely was taking the insulin every day and doing it like the
Oh,
doctor
that
said.
reminds me.
So,
Do you need more maple syrup?
no, I'm good.
Okay.
You sent me this jug of maple syrup. Good God, that thing. That was the biggest. My God, I got enough maple syrup to last me through 2 apocalypses. Okay, so thank you. By the way, it's really good, really good. But does that stuff go bad? I mean, I don't think it
No.
does. Oh, okay, I
Not
keep it
easily.
refrigerated. Okay, and the Canadian will tell me. Thank you.
What do you say?
No,
Not
jumps in
easily.
like no. Yeah, not easily. I know all about maple syrup.
It depends though. Like if you get it contaminated or if it's kind of watery, it can go bad easy.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, so far so good on my end. So, okay. So Noble, should we play this video? You want to set this video up, man, and tell us about who this guy is and what the deal is, man. So let's get into that.
I don't remember his name, but everybody knows him as Trump's doctor there, the White House doctor.
Yeah,
Kay
Anthony
sent me a
F.
link. I'm not sure where she picked it up from.
Fauci?
Yeah,
Okay.
Fauci maybe.
Fauci?
Sounds like something Trump has been saying a dozen times over.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like every day. He's like, anyway. Yeah, Kay sent me a link there for an article. I dug up the video on YouTube, and this is in 2017. The same dude that they put on TV like every freaking day, right? The smart doctor dude. Yeah, speaking of smart doctors, I'll get to another one later. This freaking dude. I don't know, man. You can go pretty far with the conspiracies here, but it's ridiculous. Whatever it is, whatever it means or doesn't mean, in any case, it's effing ridiculous what he says. In 2017, just after Trump is elected but not sworn in yet. And this guy worked for many administrations prior to Trump.
Okay. Well, let's listen to what this dude has to say. And by the way, I can't get over the fact that he looks like Ellen DeGeneres as a man. It's really weird. Let's look at this dude. He really does. Let me put it on screen here. Huh? Ellen DeGeneres? Probably.
Yeah. I just got this guess that he is. It's his voice. I think it's a New York voice thing. I have this whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, gray hair, and glasses.
What he has to say. Now, this was 2017 is when this was posted, February 14th of 2017.
Right. This is at Georgia University, and it's go ahead.
All right, here we go.
The opportunity to listen to the panel, both of Amy and Ron, and as well as Bill and Dr. Jafari, which really, I think, set the stage for so many of the things that we are going to be dealing with over the coming years. Given, as you heard from the introduction, that I have been around for a while and have had the opportunity and the privilege and the pleasure of serving in 5 administrations, I thought I would bring that perspective to the topic today, is the issue of pandemic preparedness. And if there's one message that I want to leave with you today, based on my experience, and you'll see that in a moment, is that there is no question that there will be a challenge to the coming administration in the arena of infectious diseases, both chronic infectious diseases in the sense of already ongoing disease, and we have certainly a large burden of that, but also there will be a surprise outbreak. And I hope...
I just want to just chime in real quick. 100% confirmed reptilian. Okay, let's keep playing.
Mm-hmm.
By the end of my relatively short presentation, you will understand why history, the history of the last 32 years that I've been the director of NIAID, will tell the next administration that...
Notice how lizards can't say history? He knows how he said like, "Sss." Did you hear him hissing? Sss.
No, we're looking for there will be a surprise outbreak. That's what he said.
Yeah, can you back it up like
Oh,
to 310 or something? Yeah, you caught right in a key moment there.
oh, okay. Here we go.
5 administrations. I thought I would bring that perspective to the topic today, is the issue of pandemic preparedness. And if there's one message that I want to leave with you today, based on my experience, and you'll see that in a moment, is that there is no question that there will be a challenge to the coming administration in the arena of infectious diseases, both chronic infectious diseases in the sense of already ongoing disease, and we have certainly a large burden of that, but also there will be a surprise outbreak. And I hope by the end of my relatively short presentation, you will understand why history, the history of the last 32 years that I've been the director of NIAID, will tell the next administration that there's no doubt in anyone's mind that they will be faced with the challenges that their predecessors were faced with. So for those who think that infectious diseases is gone, there's so many people who've made foolhardy statements, not knowing at the time that they...
All right. Man, you heard him. Man, he's talking about the coming pandemic, you know, like they're always getting ready for it. And anyway, 2017, Dean Johnson asked. Yeah, that's when the video came out. That's kind of interesting. But
check the dude now at, I think, 51 minutes. It's the guy at the end, kind of wrapping it up, you know, towards the end, almost the end. Yeah.
Let's do. Let's go.
Sorry, guys. I'm gonna try to hold this so it doesn't fall off. We're finishing up, and there's still some.
The Kemlon guy.
Get it? I want to wrap up by just like making a remark. And John,
holy cow! It does look like Kemlon guy.
Actually,
it's just resemblance. I'll give it. I don't think so. No, right.
That's Kemlon boy right there. There he is, man. He's doing.
Of course, he's in on it.
If it is, I'll die laughing if it is. But no, I don't think it is. This guy is younger, rounder face.
Because Kemlon guy was, he had such great credentials online, Anyway, just point that out. But here we go. Let's check this dude out. Here we go.
Chicago to listen to the president's farewell speech that he's going to be giving, and so I promised him that I would close up for us. I think we've learned a lot this morning, and as we've headed into the afternoon, and it has, I think, been a remarkable morning of people who have been deeply engaged on these issues, who've really been the national leaders. Certainly in the 2 panels, people who've been deeply engaged in the last 10, 15 years, and then there really is nobody that the country owes greater gratitude for his extraordinary work on infectious disease, on health security than Tony Fauci. And so to listen to him give that history, I think was pretty extraordinary and a privilege. I'm going to make a couple of remarks of things that I learned, some things we knew coming in, but some things that I think are worth noting. Pandemic prevention and preparedness is going to end up being, whether the administration likes it or not, a priority, a top priority. One of the things I think we heard was there is only one thing we can predict with confidence. There is going to be something unpredictable that the administration is going to have to deal with. And so this is not something where, boy, maybe it'll come up, they may have to deal with it. The second is we artificially, and we were doing this artificially, set up a domestic panel and a global panel.
I like how he said.
And we knew it was artificial, and you heard it from the...
These sound bites are funny because it's like, he brings that stuff up and he says, artificially. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I caught that too the first time I watched it. Yeah, it's funny he's using that word right in nearby, right? It's like
Artificial.
It's probably
Yeah.
intentional. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a stretch, but it's still like coincidental, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Like why would the dude, this guy's repeating and confirming and doing the 666 thing, I think, anyway, of saying that it's guaranteed, whether, you know, the administration likes it or not, or it's guaranteed. Yeah. Nothing's guaranteed about a pandemic. That's ridiculous to say in the next 4 years you're guaranteed. Like that's not, you're not statistically guaranteed. That's
it's
bullshit.
Like they're rolling out the red carpet for the pandemic. Yeah. It's really crazy. It's like
statistically very highly likely, right? We've had SARS, we've had H1N1. Yeah,
but whether you like it or not, it's coming, Trump.
Yeah, that's coming. A weird thing. I know. Like
whether you like it or not, it's coming. Get ready.
People in these positions, what a thing to say that it's like guaranteed. Yeah,
that's a hell of a thing to predict, isn't it?
Unprofessional at the very least.
Very well, yeah. Yeah, that would be like
who put this guy in this position? He should get fired. You shouldn't be saying shit like that. Like obviously.
I mean, that's when you actually are calling a global pandemic and saying that whether you like it or not, it's coming. Like how do you know? You never know when this stuff. I thought this stuff was unpredictable, and it was
That's the same thing Cuomo said. Remember, he was saying not to get too comfortable upstate because it's coming for you too. It was really creepy thing to say.
Yeah,
how do they know?
He's like, don't think you're so uppity up there in the upstate.
But we're going to take your ventilators.
We're going to take your ventilator. Yeah, tell us what's going on with that. You were saying the governor of New York now is now saying that they're going to take ventilators from upstate New York and take their stuff to help with the crisis in New York City.
They're using the National Guard to collect ventilators. Michael Fontaine is in Buffalo. He said they're taking the ventilators in Buffalo even. I thought they meant upstate, like our little towns and stuff. Buffalo's got a problem. They need those. Just because they're not New York City doesn't mean they don't deserve to have some.
Isn't there like 1 million people or maybe 1.5 million in Buffalo? I would think it's a pretty big town. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm not sure. I thought he meant like rural hospitals. Like up here, we had 2 cases, and I think they're already recovered. But no, he's taking them from hospitals that have actual cases. And they want a link to this video if you can drop it in the chat.
Got it.
So, yeah. That sucks.
Yeah. Post that one there. Let me go and also, Noble, do you have anything else? Did you want to bring up? You were something else too. You were watching some YouTube, and you came across some. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that's being said out there on various channels. We're not here to bash other people, but we definitely noticed some things. Did you want to share with us something that you found?
Hey.
No. Hey.
Sorry.
Hi, Noble.
We're
live on air.
Okay. I missed that. Whatever it was.
You had something you wanted to show us.
All right.
Yes.
Did you want to share with us? Yeah.
You put me on screen again. Sorry. No, I had like coffee exiting issues. No, well, I didn't get to issues. So it could have been. I took care of that.
Exiting where, sir? I mean, there's ways you can exit. I've had coffee. The worst is the nose for me. I've had to exit through the nose. That was terrible. It was terrible. Okay, so let's again. There we go. All right. You're
threw me on screen. I this last time I hear stuff and I don't know. I don't want to bitch too much, but I got to correct, at least put some information out. So I'm not going to mention any names, but I am going to quote some sentences I heard out of a video, which I'm sure a few of you have already seen, but it just blows my mind. Like I just was like cringe as soon as I heard it. I'm like, back that up. That's obviously is messed up. So I wrote it down. two quotes, two different people. One person says, referring to some medical papers and stuff, a virus has never actually been proven to kill anyone. I'm thinking, oh, I'll get back to that. The next person, we'll call the first person cool guy and the second person doctor. Doc says a virus, amongst other things in between, but this is a direct quote, not exactly out of context at all. A virus has never been proven to exist that causes disease. So if it doesn't exist, it certainly cannot kill anyone. I'm like, what? Okay. I don't see. This is going to, at a glance, to some people that don't put a second thought into it, may cause someone to say that a virus doesn't exist because a doctor said that. No, he didn't say that. Well, actually, I'm not even sure. Let me get back to that. The other part is that viruses are never killed anyone. Well, that's like saying, let's see.
Is it? Could they make the claim?
Driving a pedal bike has never killed anybody. Well, no, that's true. Driving a pedal bike has never killed anybody. It's the complications to the injuries of an unexpected stop and change of direction that happens to kill people, right?
No,
you're a lot of steps away from what actually kills you, but riding a bike doesn't kill you. The virus,
pedal bike, yeah, that killed.
The virus doesn't kill you, nor, and actually let me add in, a virus does not cause disease. Disease is symptoms, is a grouping of symptoms. That's it. A disease is a bullshit word. I hate it. It's bullshit. It's like boo-boo. I'm a kid. What do you got? Boo-boo, right? Ooh, boo-boo. What's that? Boo-boo. What's that mean to a kid? It means it hurts. That's what it means. The kid doesn't know he's damaged. He doesn't know that there's nerve endings going to a brain and that's a feeling signal from his arm to his brain. Oh, it's a boo-boo, right? That's about how bright the word disease is. It's like, oh, there's these symptoms. Well, what the hell's going on? Well, they put those symptoms together and call it something, right? It's very retarded. I can see how you do need to identify groups of symptoms, yes, but to whatever. Anyway, let's get back to this. A virus has never been proven to exist that causes disease. Well, the disease is the symptoms, fever, puking, I don't know, go down the list. That is an immune system response. No, the disease, a virus does not cause that. That's the symptoms of an immune system response, which is the same thing that continues on and can kill you. You overheat your brain, you overheat your organs, you die, right? In the case of the Spanish flu, a lot of people tore their lungs up and they died of being blue because they couldn't get oxygen into them. A lot of them just coughed and tore their lungs to nothing. They were getting bubbles in their skin because their lungs weren't working right. A lot of that, it's all indirect deaths, yeah. So it's never been proven that a virus has ever killed anyone. Probably not. But it's kind of like, in another way, metaphorically, and this isn't correct, but to me, it's like saying, well, you never proven that light comes from the sun. Well, no, but it's pretty freaking obvious it does, right? Well, okay, a virus directly doesn't kill anybody, but indirectly, it's pretty obvious it does. Why? Because when you look under the microscopes at the fluids, it's a freaking colony of infestation of virus cells. And then when they're there, people die and get sick and they have symptoms. And then when it's not there and they're better, or when they're better, it's not there anymore. Go figure, right? So do we have like little dudes shrunk down with microscopes watching to see what's happening on this sort of biological chemical level? No, I don't know. I don't know what they know. But for 100 years, we didn't need to. It's pretty obvious. Like, because you can repeat this a million times over. It's the same results. When you get this crap in the fluids, people are dying and got symptoms. When it's not in the fluids, there they are. So did it cause it? Well, no, it come to find out it's immune system responses and indirect complications to the whatever. You get the point.
Yeah.
Yes. No? Okay. And then anyway, and then this person goes on to say, which this is so, this whole thing enrages me because it's the most twisted, convoluted, shillish thing I've heard in a long time, and I've been around a effing while. And it's just retarded. It's level of stupid, honestly. I'm not giving anyone any credit. At least the second data. It's just retarded, dude. Like doctor, whatever. if it doesn't exist, it certainly cannot kill anyone. Look, that's just a blatant lie, weird thing to say. I don't even know because
I
but
don't
the fact
understand why we're going
if it doesn't,
on
but
this
it does exist, so then you don't have to like it doesn't even have anything to do with anything.
I see. The way I look at things as a person who reports on stuff, as what I do here. The way I see it is this: I know I've been sick before. Okay, I know I've had what they would call a virus at times. Okay, whatever. All right, I got over it, and my body was sick. I had walking pneumonia. I had to go to the emergency room. Okay, I had something. All right. So just from my basic knowledge, I would assume that viruses do exist. Now, does it? But I can understand part of the statement where he says, the virus is, well, it's the complications from the virus. It's the lungs filling up with fluid. It's the stuff like that. Which I got to the point where I was coughing so much, and I felt just like you're talking about, like with the Spanish flu. Something like that, like pneumonia is nothing to take lightly. It is very serious, and I didn't realize how serious it was. I didn't take it very serious. I thought I would just fight through it. I could not fight through it, and I got an infection in my lungs, and I was having issues. The complications were getting to me. I couldn't sleep. So finally, I just said, I gotta go. And I took some really powerful antibiotics that killed the infection that was created in my lungs because of the virus, because of the things I was dealing with. And, so I got better. But, I just think that there's a lot of stuff being said right now, like I see both sides of it. And I find it really interesting that there's so many people that are proclaiming that the viruses aren't real. None of this is real. Well, I'm not ready to go there. I'm not ready to make that proclamation. I don't think that I just don't think that the coronavirus is necessarily as deadly or is killing as many people. I think the numbers are inflated, yes, but I'm not willing to just go out and say, oh, none of it exists. You know what? I don't know enough, so
But that's what they
I
want the
would
nutters
say,
to say, right? So you can
well,
discredit
yeah.
yourself right away, right?
Well, that's what I'm
All
saying.
bullshit.
Like,
None of it's real.
ultimately,
Viruses don't exist. Do you know how stupid you
how
sound
far,
to somebody that spent
right?
time under a microscope to
Oh,
say viruses don't exist? Like, shit.
I wouldn't go there for the sake of public health and everything else. If I came out and I said to everybody, "Oh, this is all fake. It's all whatever. None of it exists. It's just don't worry. Don't take any precautions." Then I wouldn't be doing everyone an injustice. I wouldn't necessarily say that because I don't know. All I'm saying is like all I can see is what I see around me. I can report on that, and I don't necessarily see anybody sick.
Which is why I'm waiting. Right?
Horrible. We're going through a horrible not flu, but allergy season right now. And people are sniffling, and it's a terrible time to be thinking like I could be, because allergies will give you very similar symptoms. Like they'll make you feel like you're coming down with something, and it's a terrible time to be worrying about this as well as going through the allergy stuff. So I would say, looking at that, yeah, that could be, why people maybe are freaking out a little bit. They're getting a sniffle here, sniffle there, and they're like, "Oh my God, I hope I'm not coming down with the C," and it's really, it's like, dude, you realize like everything's blooming right now. We are literally in springtime, and in Texas, allergies are terrible here. So one of the worst places in the country if you have allergies to live. Okay, in this particular region. So, I would just say, with that, I think people are maybe getting a little bit freaked out. But yeah.
I'm surprised where the conspiracies go. Like,
mhm. Well,
like
I
if you think back to like the days of I don't know, like
mhm.
X-File days, right? And someone said to you,
Yeah.
the governments or corporations got rooms full of different viruses they could release at any time. Would you believe that? Yeah, I'd partly
Yeah.
believe that way back then, dude. That's a long time ago, right? So
Yeah.
why wouldn't there be a real virus, and why couldn't that be the conspiracy that it was released on purpose? And then they'll have another one, another one, another one. They may have vaccines already made, whatever, right? But I don't understand the extreme.
Well, there's a lot of claims that get made, man.
Everything is fake.
Extreme. Well, yeah, but there's also the extremes, like, you know, I've heard no one died on 9/11. See, I find that hard to believe, only because there were sections of firefighters and people like that never came back. Where'd they go? You know, there's a lot of men that'll tell you that they work with somebody for 20 years and they're no longer with us. So unless all these firefighters were in on 9/11, you know, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, what about all of the medical personnel and people like that perished, or at least are not seen anymore? Were they all in on it? Every one of them? Really? Nobody, their families, everyone, no one's. Think about it. You can't just go missing, you know, without somebody talking. Where are you going to hide out? Where are you going to go? I mean, really, they're going to move all, a few hundred firefighters? I mean, just those guys alone, you know.
With the depth with the virus, like if it is actually kind of hitting today, I'm waiting the next week or so and watching the numbers for the states, because if it start hitting like 1,000 or more a day, which it looks like it kind of is, they can only fudge that so much. I think it's pretty hard to totally make that up, or even if they're buffing, like to buff that high. Like, I'm not saying it's impossible, but at least it's in your country, in the country where people can try to investigate these deaths, right? To see if some things are adding up. Eventually, we all got to start knowing somebody that was strongly affected, right? Either very sick or died. Something, right? And that's what I'm waiting for, because it's difficult when it's like Italy and China, and who knows, right? So
yeah, no, I know it's like I said, there's been a lot of hoaxes, don't get me wrong. I mean, like I thought the whole thing with Ebola in Dallas was totally just a sham to scare everybody. I saw the media, I saw their reporting. It was oh my God, dude, they were once again, this is all to prep us for this stuff.
The one where
little by little, what's up?
Is that the one where they had dummies on stretchers and they were panicking, trying to like save the dummy from dying? No, it was really badly.
There's been a lot of those. There's been a lot of those, girl. There was a shooting at DFW or something like that, and then they showed a person wheeling a dummy out on a wheelchair, and I'm like, that's a dummy. I mean, like it's funny because they have the helicopters up there, and the news is showing the live thing, and there's this guy running, and he's got a dummy. Like it's just Boston bombing. Like, all these people, like, crisis.
The blown off leg was pretty weird.
Oh, dude.
Dude holding his leg, like, holy cow, bro.
Oh, my God, bro. How many people,
straight out.
Yeah. Like, and by the way, I'm sorry, but I like, it's so strange how you come across people. I actually met the guy who did the reporting for, I think it was ABC's broadcast. He was a demolitions expert, and he cooked a bomb to show what their bomb would, to how the terrorists did it in Boston. And I was like, okay. And I watched it on TV, and he cooked a bomb that it made a pressure cooker really blow up. Boom. Okay. But the problem is that when his went off, dude, that was that thing now that looked powerful. The one that went off in Boston, the big old plume of crap that flew up, it reminded me of, and God forbid, it looked like a dry ice kind of thing, like where the dry ice blows up. You can get them to blow up 2-liter bottles and stuff like that. And when it happens, you get this plume of like a cloud of vapor. And that's what it looked like when the Boston one went up. It didn't look like didn't look powerful enough to do the damage that it did. Okay. It went boom, and there was this plume, And I'm sorry, but it just something about the way it went off. It just struck a nerve with me. And so I asked the guy, I said, did you see the bomb at Boston? The one you know, because I'm literally on a porch talking to the guy who did the reporting with ABC. And he's a former military guy and everything. And I couldn't believe I'm sitting there. I'm like, wow. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, dude, you know, did you notice the two look different? Well, I never, looked at the one in Boston. I just, did what they asked me to do. And so he made one. But yeah, that dude was he was on their show, and they interviewed him and everything. And I actually talked to the guy, and I was trying to, sort of talk to him a little bit on the conspiratorial side without getting conspiratorial. You know what I mean? Just sort of like trying to jog his, see what he remembers and see what if he thought anything was strange. And he was just, no, he didn't think anything, because all they asked him to do was basically do what they did. And so he did it to the best of his ability, which, as a former military guy that knows how to, messes with demolitions, he knows what he's doing, right? So there you go. So he made one that looked very powerful, and for the cameras and for the news, it looks like, yeah, something like that could cause a lot of damage. But the problem was the one in Boston. Yeah, it just looked like it made a lot of noise. Okay. And then there was this massive whatever. Everyone saw it. So yeah, I do think they do fake stuff. Absolutely. So, but we have to be careful about what we call fake and what's real, and for the sake of the public, be careful about there, because I mean, if you don't know something, then maybe you shouldn't, say it just because you're buying into the whole conspiracy angle. And that's all I'm saying. Just a little public service announcement. But nonetheless, let's get to the callers. First up, we have Hebrew. Hebrew's on with us. Let's see what he has to say. Hebrew, what's up, bro? What's up,
brother? What's going on?
What's going on? Hey, one second. Fizzy, what?
Oh, wait. What?
I said he's going to yell at us. I saw him in the chat room.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay. All right, cool. Well, what do you got? Hey, man, it's open lines, dude. Let's do this. What's happening tonight?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're totally good. What's up?
No, man, I just wanted to say to you, I was thinking about that earlier today, where you were talking about Peter Pan and, the Boston thingy. That's what we have to call it now.
yeah. Peter Pan.
No, dude, I totally agree with you. I know that people was killed and Peter Pan, but I do think that they inflated the numbers. I'm not going to say by quite a bit or anything like that, but it's total synchronicity, with what you were saying and what I was thinking earlier today, man. So that's kind of cool. But no, I have a cousin that's a nurse, and she was talking about, we have quite a few cases here in the county where I'm at, and she straight up tells me, hey, don't go up to the grandparents' house without washing your hands and this and that, blah, 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 So I know there are definitely people getting sick and dying of this virus. So I wouldn't be so quick to call it fake myself. That's what I'm saying. And but I will say that I do believe the numbers are inflated.
Yeah.
It's like who's checking out all these?
Well, I think they're
bodies,
trying to.
Who?
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. The biggest play at work here is the destruction of the global economy and the dollar. Okay, that's what I see happening. That's what this whole. Well, that's one of the things they're doing, but they got to get everybody to buy into this. You can't get everybody to be afraid of a pandemic if only a few hundred people have really died in the report. You got to bump those numbers up to thousands, tens of thousands, and so on, so that people are afraid. Okay, and it justifies the $6 trillion that Trump just spent. Okay, it justifies you staying home and not working. It justifies people having to close their doors in mom and pop places all over America, not being able to, keep the doors open and have their businesses open, and they're having to lay off employees and things like that. This is not good. Okay, for any of us. And that's where the biggest farce is, and that's what we should be focused on. But everyone, that's why I'm just been like just sort of chilling and staying off Facebook and staying away from all that.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, the whole Facebook thing, man. That's the only way I can contact you. You know that, right?
Oh, well, I have email, you know, I mean, I do. The thing is, man, oh boy, see on Facebook, what happens is I get down these rabbit holes and I see the stuff people are posting. You can't keep up with all the idiocracy that's out there, and people are posting stuff all the time talking about, look at this news article, look at that, and this is real and this is fake, you know. And it's like, man, there's so many fires, there's not enough hoses to put them out, right? And so I can't get into it because number one, it's just, you know, it's an exercise in futility. Okay. And two, I don't have the energy right now to even mess with that. I'm trying to focus on like the bigger picture and just sort of monitor what people are saying out there, other channels, and look at like what's being, you know, what Trump is doing, what all this, you know, kind of look at the bigger overall picture. And what I'm kind of gathering from all this is it's a play on our financial system to bring in, I think, ultimately bring in their new world order. I think that's ultimately what they're going to do. But this is just phase one. Now, do we go into, I mean, I don't know. Are they going to roll out military and stuff like that? I don't know. You know, but they could. They definitely could. So I don't know. We'll see.
The one thing that I totally called this. I saw it happen a mile away. Is like now they're saying that all of our money is like infectious, right? So they're saying,
oh yeah, of course. Yeah, good point. Good point. No. Good point, dude. That was another thing I saw. Yep, you're right. About a week ago, I saw a report saying that, well, should we even be using money? Maybe we're spreading the virus around. And I'm like, oh my God, this is it. See, they want you off of the paper currency, dude. This is to get you. They're going to destroy the dollar, and they're going to have a whole new system ready to go. This $6 trillion is to get that system in the works and get you on an electronic system. Because eventually things are going to collapse, dude. People already are feeling the effects of this after a week. Now, what's going to happen in a month or 2 months when people cannot work? They can't send out enough money, okay, to keep people happy. So eventually we're going to feel the effects if we don't get back to work. Or people can't, you know. So you're basically going to bankrupt a bunch of middle class. You're going to destroy the middle class, which is I'm telling you, that pen that he uses, it might as well be the dagger. He just signed. Okay, this country's death warrant. Okay, that's what that was. That was not a stimulus package. That was a death warrant that dude signed. Mark my words. Okay, it is coming. Okay, we're in the throes of this, brother. It's really happening. It's been something that's been, you know, sort of. I kind of knew, you know, eventually we would probably get here. I just didn't know how we would do it, and kind of see them doing it now. It's pretty wild, bro.
I totally agree. Yep.
And I don't necessarily believe in. I don't know if you know. There's a other conspiracy angle to this. That, well, you know, Trump is really the white knight and all this, and he's really the guy that's you know, working for good. And you know, we need to get on board with what he's doing because, you know, he's going after the cabal, the power structure that's in place, the pedos and stuff like that. Sounds good, but no, if he was. He would have called for an investigation on Epstein and found out what happened. He would have, you know what I'm saying? There's things that they would have done.
Well, yeah,
about, you know. He certainly didn't do it. And
hey,
he's certainly friends with the guy. So whatever. Yeah,
quick,
what's up?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry. No, I got a question for Noble real quick, if that's cool. Okay.
He might be with us. Well, maybe not.
I don't know. But Noble, let me ask you this, brother. Have you seen that bald guy, the bald guy I'm talking about, you know, the bald guy with the beard? Have you seen his video? The whistleblower?
Noble? Oh, wait.
I don't know what happened to Noble.
Oh, he said going to grab a coffee a couple minutes ago. His other coffee had exited.
Sorry, man. Coffee
Well,
break.
I want his opinion on this, but I can ask you guys this too. Like, have you guys seen that video? It was from
No.
Richie.
Mm,
Oh, no. No.
no. Mm.
The guy was talking about, you know, how viruses are not living cells, and
Oh, that
how,
dude.
we can't
Yeah.
actually catch a virus
Uh-huh.
and stuff like that. Did you not
Sure.
see that?
I'm pretty
I
sure
think-
Noble made his opinion pretty clear about what that guy was saying.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if
Okay.
he's talking about the same thing. I don't think he is. But
So, well,
whatever.
those
Yeah,
quotes.
No, this is a totally different dude.
Oh, I thought he was the bald guy with the beard. Never mind.
Dun dun
Oh,
dun. There's
is
more than
different
one
bald
bald
with a
guy.
beard.
Damn, so many
talking
bald
about-
guys.
I'm sorry, what?
There's so many bald guys. I can't keep up with them. Okay, so
Right.
yeah.
Suso said, "Not me." He said that earlier. But no,
It's
man,
always
this guy
Suso.
was talking about how viruses are not living organisms
Uh-huh.
and how it's almost impossible to catch oh, look, Suso's still there. But no, he said it's almost impossible to actually catch a virus, and the virus is our way of sort of like detoxifying our bodies. And I don't really buy into the whole thing, don't get me wrong, but it is a very interesting video. And I heard through the grapevine that the guy that did the original video actually died here recently. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
people are saying it's suicide or what the deal is. Just the same thing with that other bald guy you guys were talking about.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know,
I don't
man.
know.
I don't know. I don't know enough.
I would have to ask
I
if
haven't seen any of the
somebody
videos.
thought-
So.
if somebody thought that a virus was a result of your body's function of repair or something along them lines, well, then why is it when you take a little bit of that and put it in somebody else, then they get all the same symptoms and extreme growth of this, out of control growth of the same thing, and then they get all the symptoms?
The way he explained it was that sometimes we align our, I don't know how he explained it, but he explained it in a way that was like, I don't know, man, like
I have a
he said
conspiracy
it's the way
theory.
we align ourselves with nature, sort of, I guess.
Well, think about it, man. Think about this whole thing. Think about the symbolism in all of this, right? Ball guys, right? The crown of the head, the corona. Dun dun dun. Yeah, maybe it's the ball guys that are spreading it. I'm just saying. I mean, it's just a conspiracy. It's just a theory, people. I don't know for sure. Just throwing it out there. You know, it could be. Just be careful. Yeah, I mean, wouldn't it
Yeah,
be funny?
what's up with
Found out
bald
later.
guys, right?
It's the coronavirus lives on the heads of ball guys.
The longest, yeah, like longer than stainless steel. It's a perfect temperature. If you see a bald person, turn around and run.
Oh no!
Captain Picard and Suso better watch.
Yeah,
out.
Suso
I'm
better.
just saying.
Dude, you better walk around with like a head condom. That's all I'm saying.
What about Dr. Phil? Oh
No, but,
no!
hey, man,
Oh God.
no, but hey, man, I just want
Uh-huh.
to say congratulations on your control of your diabetes. That's awesome news.
Thanks,
I'm glad
man.
to hear that, man.
Appreciate it.
I wish I could make mine that low. What exactly would your regiment? What would you recommend people that have diabetes?
You know what, dude? I'm gonna have to come out and tell everybody what I did. I don't want to talk about it right. I'm not ready to talk about it. But like I went through I did do a detox, and yeah, dude, I was serious about it. Like I'm talking about, like I must have went through those little test strips. I got the ones from Walmart. The machine isn't much, but those damn strips, dude, they get you on the comeback. They're a bunch of damn drug dealers, bro. I'm just telling you right now, Walmart is a bunch of MFing drug dealers. They sell this machine, this little thing, this device for like $10, but the strips cost you out the ass. And so you come back anyway. I spent a ton of money on strips because I was checking myself like 4 times a day 5, 6, 7.
wow.
Shit, I was doing a lot. Yeah, because I was watching, like seeing what I need to do, and I was using the insulin. Like, you know, I had fast acting and I had a long acting. Okay, and I was doing the insulin and I was getting it down. So I would do the insulin and like I said, the metformin. That just didn't never work for me at all. I took that for about a week and I saw no changes at all, no results, no nothing, no 2 weeks. I took it for 2 weeks, it did not work. Okay, so then I started doing insulin, dude, and it started working. All right, so I said, okay, cool. So once I got my body down to normal levels, I noticed that one day I accidentally took some insulin when I thought I was supposed to. My body was already at that point in time working properly, I guess. So it lowered my blood sugar levels after a moment. Well, then the insulin kicked in, and I kind of went a little. I realized I was feeling weird. I was like, "Whoa, I feel really strange." And I checked it, and it was getting kind of low. So I was like, wow, why is it so, why did my body have this reaction and go so low? So then I just started thinking, well, okay, let me just try this. Let me try no insulin and just see what happens and just monitor myself. And I've been fine. Every time I check myself, I'm between 120, 130. In the mornings, sometimes after I fast, I'm at 105, 114, you know, somewhere in there. I've been great. Now it does spike up after you eat initially, but then it goes back down. So I'm okay. I haven't seen anything over 160. That's all I'm saying. So, and that's after eating a big meal, and I eat balanced meals and stuff like that. But I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll get off and I'll tell you what I did. Okay, how I got the liver working again. Okay, got it working properly. I wonder now sometimes though, I'm looking back and I'm thinking to myself, well, you know, I was dealing with that tooth infection at that same time. Okay. I wonder if the infection that I had, the abscess wasn't causing some sort of weird issues with my body.
Absolutely.
I wonder. And all I'm saying is, you know, because as soon as I got that corrected, that's when I started seeing the changes to my body, you know, with the blood sugar levels. Now, is there a correlation? I have no idea.
What happened to me. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you're going. Go
ahead. Man, my stuff went up so high, man. I got an abscess on my on a certain place, and I had to spend about almost over a week in the hospital, man. It got so bad, and they told me that I would get these abscesses all the time unless I got my blood sugar levels down. So I totally know what you're talking about there. That totally makes sense, you know.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, man. I did do, you know, the cleansing. I did start eating right, and you know, I wasn't seeing much results from that, you know. So yeah, I wonder, because that was another issue that I had going on at the same time, and apparently, you know, the dentist said, yeah, man, this has been abscess for a while, and you know, my face got all swollen and everything. It got really bad. It was really bad. And so I wonder, if you know, the infection wasn't a problem.
There's definitely a link between the two.
Yeah, I was reading a lot about this stuff, man. I was finding out like there's people that they found that there's people that have some sort of if you have some sort of like gut problem, can cause higher blood sugar levels too, and it's in your gut. It's a bacterial infection or bacterial thing in your intestines. Did you know about that? So people actually have they researched it and found there was a reporting done on that in Europe. And I can't remember if it was at somewhere in Europe, but they did a report and they said that the bacterial infection in your gut can cause higher blood sugar levels or cause them to rise up. And people thought they were diabetic and they weren't. It was the fact that their intestinal tract was all messed up. And you know, with all the food we eat and all the crap we eat and all the sugar and everything else, you know, it could be all the crap that we put through ourselves, you know. It wouldn't surprise me if that was the case. So anyway, just something I was looking at, but I was looking at all different methods and ideas and exploring everything, because I did not want to have to take pills or, I wanted to at least control it with diet if I could. Okay. I really
Right.
did. But I didn't want to take insulin forever. I just wanted to get it down. I wanted to put out the fire. It was so high that I just, needed to get
Right.
it. I've been feeling horrible for a long time too. But then again, I've probably, been dealing with other things for a long time and I've just been putting them off. So anyway,
Yeah, stress
all
can,
better now.
raise blood sugar.
Yeah, a lot of it
I'm
will.
sorry.
Yeah, stress. No, you're right. A lot of it will. But yeah, there's something I did, and I'll tell you, dude. One of these days I'll just probably make a video and talking about it. I know that I've talked about other things in the past. Like I made a video about how I personally got off the opiates and stuff like that. That had plagued me for a long time. And getting past all that. That was a tough monkey to get off your back. But when I was dealing with the gout situation, that is gone. But when I had that stuff going on, I made a video talking kind of a step-by-step process of what I did. How I took of all things kratom. I took some kratom and I got off that, and I didn't have to take
Right.
any pharmaceutical stuff. I just did kratom, and I did
Okay.
I did some Advil, some kratom, stuff like, a little bit of stuff to help with the pain. Yeah. What's up, Fizzy?
Didn't you take something called Shilazite?
Oh, Shilazite. Yeah, no, that is a weird stuff, man. It's like this weird. Yeah, I did take that stuff, but that's like you might as well be
That's for super shills. You're not prepared.
that stuff is weird. I don't know what the hell that is. I don't know if that did anything. That was something recommended to me by a nutritionist. It's called Shilazite or something. It comes from the Andes or some mountains. It's this black goo that I don't know where the hell it's from. It's supposedly got all these nutrients in it. It's like volcanic, whatever. I don't know. It's some shit they get. Yeah, and it comes in this little it's like, okay, it tastes like it's like you liquefied a tire on a car. It's disgusting. It's like it's
Okay.
absolutely, yeah. No, seriously. Listen, liquefying a piece of tire and then drinking it would probably taste better than this stuff. But that's kind of how I would say it's absolutely horrible. But I did that for a little while. I don't know if there was any effects or any positivity out of that. But I was trying all kinds of things. I was trying all kinds of cleanses and stuff like that, and that was just one of the ones to add some more nutrients into my system. And so I was trying all this stuff. But yeah, I was talking to a nutritionist, and he was nice enough to give me some pointers, and so I tried different stuff. So yeah, but I did do that. Thanks, Fizzy, for reminding me. Yeah, man. Well, did you have anything else on your mind, sir?
Well, I tell you, man, that's it's pretty awesome. I'm glad you got it down, got yourself all fixed up there, and way to go, man. 3 thumbs up for that. And no, man, I'm actually pretty done here. I know you got more callers waiting in line, so the last thing I want to say is, Fizzy, that bear bunny, even though it might be pretty cute, it's also pretty creepy. I just got to say, man.
Right. Dude, think about it. It's a furry. It's a furry wearing a furry. It's just weird, dude. It's double furry. It's just I don't know how to compute all this. It's very
I can't
strange.
believe you've never seen that before when they dress teddy bears up as other things. It's been a thing.
No,
for a
I
while.
haven't.
To me, it seems like
Has it? The
to me,
Mandela
it
effect
seems
or
like
something?
that's
I don't
like
know.
the lost Care Bear, just like the Care Bear that time forgot. I'm just saying.
I think that's a bear that's questioning his identity. I really do. But anyway, man, that's for another story. Hey, dude,
All right.
another show. Take care, brother. We'll see you around. Okay, man. Thanks for the call, bro.
All right, man. You guys all take care, and I'll talk at you later.
All right, man. Take care, bro. Have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Bye. right, that was Hebrew. Everybody, thanks, man, for the call, brother. Appreciate it.
Mr. Dan?
Let's see. Yes, what's up?
Can you grab Clearwater? Glowing Smee's got to work tomorrow, and she's got to go to bed soon.
She was next. I have her right there. She just thought she was first, but she wasn't. So there. No. Okay, she's next. Here we go. All right. Clearwater, Florida. You're on with Scare Performance. What's on your mind?
Am I on?
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
No.
Really? Oh my God, do that. I like the bear.
Oh, you like the bear. Okay. All right.
I mean, what can be any more snuggly than having a bear inside of a little rabbit suit and it's almost Easter? It's so cute.
So
it's
cute.
a pretty color.
Well,
very cute.
Yeah, it's
snuggly. No, you want to snuggle it?
Yeah. It's good. It's all snuggly.
It can be identity, whatever. It's cute.
Till you catch the corona. You know, I think that I'm
I don't
telling
know.
you,
I
those
think
little
I'm
bears
really-
are. That's like a smallpox blanket sent over here from Asia.
Should I Lysol it, you think?
Oh yeah, I would. I put that. I'd wash that. I'd bleach that bear. I'd bleach it. Just kidding. I'm kidding. I don't mean to bear shame. Look, we're not here to bear shame. What's on your mind tonight, Glowings?
Well, so I seem to be in this position where I'm like a what do they call it? A special worker, special something.
Are you lacking the social? Are you lacking what they call the social skills?
No.
Oh,
Like
okay,
I work
good,
at a hotel, so
good.
they call me like a necessary worker type of thing, whatever. I can't think of the word right now. Essential worker. I'm an essential worker. I literally have a piece of paper that I have to drive around with that says I'm an essential worker. I have the right to be driving someplace because I may be getting
No.
Yep.
You gotta have papers
And
now to
anybody
drive
who-
around in
yes.
America.
And-
You have to have your papers.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Do they have checkpoints up?
And well, I don't know what's coming with this because it's been strange. Okay, so every Friday there's another pullback, right? So like, one Friday, okay, the beach is gonna close. Okay.
Uh-huh.
The next Friday they came by, they closed down the pool. We didn't have anybody anyways because there's nobody going to the beaches and they closed the restaurants. There's nobody around. We were dead as a doornail as far as, we're down to like 10, 15 rooms maybe. You can do anything.
What happens when people get tired of this and they're like, dude, I gotta open my business up now because I've gotta make money, I've gotta pay bills, I got shit I gotta do.
Well,
what happens then?
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
So then this week I come in and I've got the essential worker thing. Now we'd already had the paperwork because I think from the corporation, because other states had already gone to essential, stay at home order type of things or whatever already. So there you have the paperwork print out for your business or whatever. And so we'd had that already printed out, but now we have like specific, like this is what it means when you're at stay at home, whatever. It gives us a list of personnel who are allowed to stay at the hotel, what they should be traveling with. If they're like, even if they're like somebody who's a patient or a family member of a patient or somehow like a transient that's going to be staying at the hotel or one of these places, they must get some kind of a notification, like I don't know if they go to FEMA or how they exactly get papers that allow them to travel. But essentially, you're getting travel papers now to be able to stay at a hotel. There's no reason the National Guard can stay, police officers can stay, nurses, doctors, and then certain businesses that are called essential workers can stay. So like tonight, I had someone actually come to check in. And I had to ask, are you an essential worker? And he had his piece of paper, like my piece of paper. So yeah, we're carrying around pieces of paper now. We already had our borders sealed, like to go back and like if you have to go out to Georgia or to over to like Louisiana, there are National Guards sitting at the borders of Florida to allow you in or out. Where are you going? If you're coming from certain places, where are you quarantining for the next 14 days? And they're going to track you and monitor you. I mean, it's just, and then today they also said with the store, that you can only get essential items. So like, you know how you usually walk into like Walmart and Target, whatever, they have the whole clothes and all that stuff. Well, they're not calling that essential anymore. And I don't know what they're going to do. Pick up all the clothes and take them to the back. I don't know exactly.
What do you mean you can't buy clothes?
They're saying
What the hell?
items
Yeah, it's
only.
really stupid. And they've got like greeting cards blocked off and certain like books and stuff. Like, who decides?
Oh,
what's
you know what? Just
Yeah.
this is ridiculous.
Games, TVs, all
Oh
that.
my
That's not
god!
essential.
Why are you telling me what I
So
can't buy?
every time, exactly, every time it's being pulled back a little bit more and a little bit more.
Oh my
And I'm like,
God,
you're
no.
waiting, like, it's like this boiling
They're
frog
trying.
pot.
Yeah, I know. That's
And
what I'm
they're
afraid
just
of.
waiting. It's like they're
I know.
waiting. Oh, and then today they also said that the police have jurisdiction to go into somebody's home or onto their family into their family property if they see more than 10 people congregating. So say you and your cousins want to get together and have like a little barbecue in the backyard. If they see more than 10 people there, the police do not have to get a warrant. They don't have to do anything. They have to go and barge on there, give you
I saw some of that. I saw some of that, a video of cops. Now like I said, I don't know the context of the video. I just, they're saying they were having a birthday party and the cops showed up and they were having a barbecue and there were people gathering and they showed up and, it's kind of like a block party sort of thing over there in LA. And the cops showed up and, told them to move, keep going, break it up, don't assemble. Don't we have the right to peaceably assemble? I thought that was the Fourth Amendment to the Constitution, right? Is that correct? I think that's the fourth.
That was the first one. I thought it was the first one.
Oh,
Peacefully assemble.
the right
Give
to
your
free
regrets.
speech, peaceably assemble. I think is the fourth. But anyway, doesn't matter. It's in our Constitution. They're literally destroying.
We don't.
You know what's weird about that? Like, can I share something with you? I took a nap before the broadcast, and I don't normally remember my dreams, but I had this very vivid dream, and it was like, oh my god! And oddly enough, whatever this was, now maybe it's the fact that I've been playing too many war games online or something like that lately. But I got rocked in my dream, like something slammed me. Like where, I felt like my body shake. Okay. And in my dream. Okay. And there was this, and oddly enough, the ship that hit me, okay, that fired on me, I knew the name of the ship and the ship's name was the Constitution. Okay. And I don't know why I had this weird dream tonight, but I had a dream about this. And I was like, I felt like the message in that dream was that the Constitution was going to get wrecked, that they're wrecking our Constitution. And so I don't know, maybe, it's just, the way the dream played out, but just oddly. And I woke up out of the dream very shook, very like, oh my God, that was a jolt. Like I felt, I was very jolted by this feeling and imagery that I had.
Guess what they decided was non-essential.
The Attorney General wants to suspend habeas corpus. So basically, like, if you're rounded up, they could detain you indefinitely.
Well, I think it's already been suspended a long time ago. With 9/11, basically.
They're not letting people buy seeds, Dan.
In their own little places.
Wait a minute. Hold on one second. Hold on. Wait a minute. All right, Fizzy, you're saying what, Fizzy? They're not letting you what? Buy seeds?
Seeds for your garden. Those are non-essential items. You can't even grow your own food. You have to rely on going to the stores.
That stores that are, oh my God. Okay.
I think
they
should. But that's ridiculous. Wouldn't they want people? Ugh, never mind. Ugh.
Well, no, and this is my biggest point is like, you go to right now, and you just announced this. You said that there's an announcement Walmart made that they're going to start limiting now people going into the stores, right? To a certain number of people. Yep. You have to wait outside. So I'm going to have to wait outside and congregate with the same virus infected people that you don't want me in the store with. Is that what that kind of sense does that make? This is so stupid, y'all. I mean, they are doing this. I hope people can see through this. And I hope they see what the hell's happening here. They are limiting our movement for a reason. They are trying to put a lot of stress on it. Like you said, the boiling frog analogy, obviously it's that. But yeah, they're cracking down more and more. I start hearing these reports. That's what worries me. Okay, that's the underlying theme of what's really going on here. It's not about a virus. It's about total and complete crackdown and takeover of our financial system, our way of life. They're gonna, they may suspend habeas corpus. They may suspend, freedoms that we once had that will be taken away. That will become now privileges. This is really, really creepy, really scary on that level. When I think of like the bigger picture going forward, because we know in other countries, we've always looked at like other countries, like, China with their social scores and stuff like that. Also, I think what's going to happen, this is just something I see in the horizon. Now, I may be wrong, but I feel like this is what's going to happen because everyone is buying into this bullshit. They're going to have to come out and come up with a solution. And I really think that there will be some type of like, if you want to work or if you want to do this, you have to take mandatory vaccinations to be at work for the safety of the public. Like, I think this is a great way for the pharmaceutical companies to get their nose involved in this, to get their foot in the door 100% with vaccinating everybody, and more revenue for them, on top of God knows what else, that does. Because it's going to be like right now, it's some places it's hard to become a medical personnel who doesn't want to take vaccines. They want to, what I'm talking about.
I don't know a nurse or a doctor who can be in any hospital.
Some still have
flu vaccine every year.
Right. Well, some still have you can sign a waiver, and then if you get around patients, you have to wear a mask. Okay, so they have that. I do know that, but like that may be going away. There's a lot of things here to consider. So I think I'm seeing like the bigger picture. Like, they're not just going to let this fly and be like, okay, we made it through it. We're okay. Everybody get back to work. That's not the way it's going to be. No, they are going for broke. So you know what? We need to, screw the virus. I want people to send me any information you have on just like things that are going on in your area. If you start seeing military personnel, or if you start seeing an increased police presence in areas, if you start seeing door-to-door operations, please contact my channel, scareperformance@gmail.com, and send me any information you might have, because some of this is starting to look a little weird, a little creepy. And I'm not even concerned with the virus anymore. I'm more concerned about what they're doing on the back end of all this, while everybody's in their homes worried about. I ain't worried about 5G. I ain't worried about all that crap.
No,
I'm sorry, dude.
5G.
This is,
I've been living under 5G for so long. It's not,
yeah. I not to say that I want to be bathing in 5G. I'm not saying that, but I'm not really worried about it. There's something bigger afoot here. So everybody, keep your eyes open. And if you start to see anything strange, please contact this channel. All right. So what else did you want to share with us, Glow?
I think that was about it. There's something before, but I kind of forgot now. But
real quick, Alone One.
Kind of forgot.
Alone One. I wonder if you can still. You say cigarettes are declared non-essential. I'm asked out if cigarettes are just declared. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, you never know.
Don't give them any ideas.
Oh, I know. I'll try to save anybody some money. Listen, Alone One. Hey, listen, if you guys smoke, if you smokers are out there, here's what you need to do. All right, I'm going to tell you right now what you need to do. You need to get on the bandwagon, because they closed my buddy's smoke shop. Not to say you can't get cigarettes at Walmart right now, but, if they start doing non-essential, they start, blocking off, the cards. Who's to say they won't block off cigarettes? I could easily. I mean, they'll demonize those quickly for
New
sure.
York
I mean,
makes
yeah.
way too much money off taxes to get rid of cigarettes.
Oh well, they're you know, with nobody going to stores and stuff like that, they're not making any money on taxes. So you know, I mean, who knows? Here's the thing I would do though, if you're a smoker, go online. There's outfits out there that sell rolling machines. Get you a rolling machine. You know, if you're buying packs of cigarettes, you're crazy for doing that. You need to get a rolling machine and get you a pound of, you know, a few pounds of tobacco, whatever, and some tubes, and make your own. Just roll your own cigarettes, and you can do it for about $2 a pack. All right, it'll save you some money. You can stock up, but you got to get a good machine. Get a good machine. Don't get that plastic crap. Get the metal one that has a crank handle on it. Okay, do it like that, and you guys will be so thankful that you're doing it. Number one, you're not going to get the harmful chemicals that are in cigarettes, which is like, I still don't understand how they put a chemical on there that can make the cigarette go out if you don't smoke it. That's like, whatever that is in there, that cannot be good for you. Okay, so you shouldn't even be smoking that. Not to mention all the other crap that's in them. But they do sell just, you know, 100% just tobacco, and you can buy it online, and you need to probably stock up on that. To get started with this, you probably want to spend you're going to spend about 50 to $100 on the machine and the tobacco and everything. Now, if you do that, you'll have at least, oh man, you'll probably have about 4 or 5 cartons of cigarettes for that amount of money. So it'll pay for itself. Okay. So you'll have to invest a little bit, but that's what I would recommend you doing. All right. Because if they start making cigarettes non-essential, that's going to be tough for smokers out there, you know, to go through that. I mean, it's bad enough, man. It's, you know, it's going to be tight and, you know, if they start, you know,
I'll trade you my TP for some cigarettes, Dan.
What's up?
I'll trade my toilet paper for cigarettes, Dan.
Oh, you kidding me? You can trade your toilet paper for gold. A car. No, forget the cigarettes.
Soon. I just have the feeling it's gonna be like this like low key like bartering type of system pretty soon. Well, you got some toilet paper, I got some smokes, you know, you got some chicken, I got some beef.
Probably.
You know, like,
you bet. Hey, no, I know. Listen, my buddy owns. Yeah, my buddy owns a smoke shop.
It's gonna be Mad Max, and I wish I had bought a gun and knew how to use one at this point.
Hey,
like, it's gonna
if they crack down on like that kind of stuff, you guys let me know. If you smokers out there or whatever, my guy buddy owns a smoke shop. I can hook you up, maybe, you know, send out some packages, help you out. You know, stuff like, you know, we can all help each other out. Also, like, I have a friend who has chickens, you know, Catherine has chickens. She's got tons of eggs. So I know I'm good on eggs. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, start thinking about some people, you know, like, you know, it's like, do you want to give me some eggs? I got some, let's see, tobacco. Yeah, I'm good. Got some ammo. I'm all right. You know, I can make it. I'll be good. Got protein, got the guns and tobacco. Yeah, you can make it through the apocalypse.
I'm afraid they're going to just start leaving us in our places of residence and starting to like, here's your box of food and bring it to us. You know, like, there's no reason for you to leave your apartment. There's no reason for you to go outside. There's no reason for you to go
that's what they keep telling you.
We're bringing you your box of stuff.
I just saw YouTube.
This is for you.
I just saw YouTube pop up as like, just stay at home, you know, just stay at home and do this. And, oh, look, we got a new thing from YouTube, you know, whatever. You know, so you can stay at home and watch more videos with your family, or, you know, movies or whatever. Streaming services, that kind of stuff, like one of those ads. And it's just like, oh my God, man, they want us to be inside. But I'm saying to myself, this is when we're not supposed to be inside, honestly. Even though right now it's kind of weird being out there, because I'll be honest with you, when you're out there, just seeing, like, in America, people walking around with masks on and stuff is so weird to me, so foreign. Weird. It just seems so, I don't know, something like you see on the local, you know, on the news, you know, you see all these people dealing with, quote, the viruses, right? So I don't know, man. It's just weird seeing it right here. Like I said, but nobody's really coming down with anything, so I don't know what to say. It's just but I think really ultimately the the biggest thing to worry about is what is taking place behind the scenes and why they want us in our houses and stuff like that, so that they can put their or do what they need to do, get things in place.
Yeah, it's really surprising to see how fast. Oh, and also there's a tip line. We have a special tip line, and I almost wonder if this is why the stores are going to stop selling non-essential type of items. Number one is because I'm sure some people complaining, well, they're just in there shopping for clothes and they're touching things and they're just going to spread germs. So I don't understand why they're not just trying to get their food and leaving. I'm sure there's too many people calling the tip line. I mean, if it isn't for one, you got one aspect of it, people are like, this is a little strange or whatever. And you try to get around and skirt the rules here or there or whatever. And then you got these other people who are like nanny stating it. I mean, in some states it's still called 911, but we have a special tip line. Call the tip line if you see something. If you see something, say something. And I'm just like, really? Now we're spying on each other too? So even if one person decides to have a little birthday party for some kid, you're going to get knocked at the door by the police?
Right now everybody's going along with it because, they're thinking it won't last and it'll be just a little quick little thing. But I got to tell you, if this goes on for a month or two or something like that, people are going to start getting real panicky real quick, especially when they start running out of money and they can't go back to work or they're losing their jobs and, the bills are mounting and whatever. I mean, that's when people are going to start stressing. And I feel like they're going to be cranking it up on us, man. I'm just, man. And then by the time we realize what the hell is really happening, we're not going to be ready for the next wave of what they're going to do,
Well,
and so,
once the kids are out of school and they're not having to be connected to the internet anymore, I can't say that they're necessarily going to keep that on. The only way people are kind of organizing right now, anything.
Yeah, they want us on the internet because we are easily monitored that way. They love it since we're all, we all willingly gave up our information and our privacy to, the digital god. And so they would rather us stay there than anywhere else because at least this way they can monitor us. So I don't see him taking that away.
I hope not.
Yeah.
But on the other side, I do see something like, I mean, it is a little bit positive seeing like some of the people like mad about like having a rent strike and they went outside the mayor's house in their cars and just like honked horns and was obnoxious and said, you should do a moratorium on the rents and the mortgages. Like, why are we paying for this when we can't work and we're losing our jobs?
Right.
It makes no sense. And, seeing the Amazon people walking out and McDonald's workers walking out and, grocery store workers walking out. I mean, they're not easily replaceable people.
Well, it's so funny.
I can get somebody else tomorrow. You just still got to train them.
Well, it's like this crazy world of idiocracy where there's like, they're putting like, they're just doing things that are just strange. Like, okay, so two businesses I've been to now, they have it where you're standing there. Okay, you go through a drive-through. There's a plastic screen, a permanent plastic border between you and the guy, except at the very bottom where he grabs your credit card and scans it and then hands it back to you.
Yep.
Well, what the hell does that matter? If he's got it, if he just gave it to me, it's on my credit card. You know what I'm saying? He just handed it back to me. I mean, we're still spreading germs, right? Even though he's wearing gloves and he's touching money, he's touching whatever. Like, I don't know, what else, what's all over there. They say, oh, well, we probably spray the register down or whatever.
Well, that was the other thing I was talking about was the actual research of it. If you actually go into details of the research, like this is why there is some kind of a cold virus out there. It can cause bad issues, especially if somebody who has asthma, or, they already had cancer and they don't have any immune system built up or whatever. If you look at the numbers, you could probably see that it wasn't just, the coronavirus. It was coronavirus plus, the person had heart disease or something or whatever. There's a lot more of a mixture. And if you look at like the German numbers, they have like here, they just died of like corona, which was more like maybe pneumonia or something like that. And that's why their numbers look less, because there's other older people that had other underlying illnesses. They might have caught it, but it was a combination type of a situation. The numbers don't correlate with the models that they're trying to use on it. Like other studies, other colleges, other like places that study these things don't have the same models that are, it's going to overrun and this, that, the other. They just don't show the same thing. They don't even show the same rates of death. It's definitely being hyped up on a certain model of one college out of like freaking out of England, and it's not necessarily what the numbers are showing. They're also saying like China and Italy had like higher death rates. Well, Italy has like a pretty much an older population anyway, so they have a lot of older people. They also didn't realize it either, but like Italy and China both have before anything, whatever, their air quality is very poor anyway. Like every day they're breathing in like more of a smog, and I guess Italy is kind of like that too. They can't in that Mediterranean.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of that stuff that we were listen, a lot of stuff
so they
we know
have issues. So,
I'm just saying a lot of the stuff that we were seeing in China, like look staged, and they got a lot of cities there that look pretty vacant. We always think of China as being like, like all their cities are super jam packed. What happened to all the ghost cities? There's tons of those things.
Yeah.
I mean, you set up a few. Oh, yeah. You set up a table and some guys in hazmat gear and a few trucks, and then show an empty looking city that looks pretty, convincing. Like the virus has killed all these people or whatever. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, they've got there's definitely a level of deception going on. Okay. But
and like CBS News was they were showing like they were trying to say, oh, New York's getting overrun. Well, they got caught showing pictures of an Italian hospital, not a hospital in New York. So
no. See, why is the media needing to fake it? Why do they need to fake it if it's real? Okay, if it's real, you wouldn't need to grab pictures from an Italian hospital and get busted. You wouldn't need to do all that. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't need to show pictures of a child from 2010, okay, that had some sort of accident or something like that, and say that he's got corona. Bull crap.
Yeah.
This is all no, if this is real, then you would show real stuff. You would have enough news coverage to show it. But they keep, they'll even show the reporters out there, at these testing centers, like, oh, it's like it's chaos. The lines are, and then right behind the reporter, there's nobody there. I'm not saying that there wasn't people there, but it's not this chaotic. They're full of shit. They are overhyping this, man, and they're doing it for a very good reason. Forget the virus. Look beyond that. There is something more afoot here. Okay, let me jump to the next caller, sweetie.
Just the body thing where they say they keep on. They're we're running out of rooms in the morgue and we're like none of these bodies are being processed. What normally happens? How many people normally die in New York City on a given day?
Well, it's just like I saw like in Italy,
the funeral parlor to the ground. They're not doing any of that. They're just keeping them stacked up. Of course, they're going to stack up if you can't move them on.
Well, I saw in Italy
bodies taken to the funeral parlor and put them in the ground.
I saw them in Italy digging these holes. Okay, and I saw holes. Okay, there's holes. Mm-hmm. I don't see any bodies in the holes. So what? So they got they got an earth mover and they a bulldozer and they dug some whatever supposedly graves for these bodies. Why would you do that? Don't they have loved ones? Are you kidding me? Like, and then in China, like supposedly, like I see people dragging out what looks like their whole, like that looks like something wrapped up in a bag. Yeah. It's. Yep. I don't know what's in that bag. I mean, none of us know. I mean, do you realize? Oh my God. Anyway, it's just like, I'm just like, they do have dummies that are just like, the same weight as a human being. I mean, it's very possible they could be just dragging out a dummy. We don't know.
Okay, so there's a lot of that. And then how did all this video get out? And that's another thing too. All this video, like you're standing there next to officials taking video footage, right? You don't think that you wouldn't get in trouble the way China's locked down? Oh, they would nab you, man. They would nab your phone, and your shit wouldn't get out on the internet. But all this stuff, it got out for a reason, got out for a reason to create the hype. And they did a great job. Look at everybody running around. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
Buying up toilet paper.
The other day, I'm so glad I thought I knew what the Mandela effect was before this, because I couldn't even imagine not having Mandela effect and some of this background stuff before even entering this. Like, what must normal people but be like thinking or feeling or anything?
Yeah.
Like, golly.
Yeah, it's crazy times we're living in. I you know what? I think it's so surreal right now. I think I've just been sort of trying to stay calm, look at this thing objectively, and try to figure out the overall plan. Like what? Because I know there's more at play here. I'm just like, okay, Dan, think. What the hell? Don't get caught up in the hype. Don't, and my dad, he's worried because he's 80 something, so he's like, oh crap, I don't want to get the. Yeah, and if it's out there, and then he would be susceptible to it. So I don't personally want to like risk it with my dad. No. Absolutely not. So anyway, so there's that. But thank you for the call, sweetheart. I know you gotta get to bed and everything, but we appreciate your time, and as always, we love hearing from you. So we'll talk to you next week. All right.
Stay positive.
Thank you, hon. All right. Thanks, Glow.
Sorry.
All right.
Bye.
Good night. All right, guys. That was Glowing to me. Thank you, Glowings. Great call as always. Okay. Next up, we are going to go north of the Mason-Dixon. This is out of, wait a minute. Are we going north of? Yeah, we're going to Washington. Is that Pomeroy? Pomeroy. We need kittens? Oh, yeah, I guess we do. Okay, kittens. All right, let's get to Pomeroy. Hey, you're on with Scared Performance. What's on your mind?
Hey, it's Hannah Walker.
Hey, Hannah. How you doing?
Pomeroy. Actually, I'm
Pomeroy.
not in Pomeroy. I'm in Colfax.
Oh, okay.
Nothing
Well,
good
that's what
comes
came
from
up.
Pomeroy.
Nothing good comes from Pomeroy. Okay, well,
No,
what's up, girl?
just
How you doing?
telemarketers.
Oh, God. Really?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Well, so far so good.
Relatively
Just
speaking.
hunkered down over here in my bunker in Texas.
Yeah, it's just
gripping.
bizarre.
I'm
It's the bizarrest thing.
spooning with one of my firearms, and I am just awaiting the apocalypse and sucking my thumb. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah.
Oh well, that sounds really intense.
That's what we. Yeah, well, that's what we do
You
in
know.
Texas. We just whenever
sit there and you
whenever we're
cry
scared,
and
yeah,
you
we
see a
just
dog
we just hug a firearm and we feel better.
trembling.
That's the perception of Texans that everybody has. We're all a bunch of crazy firearm loving, gun loving. We just hug a firearm.
Oh, we do too here in Eastern
Oh,
Washington. We love
oh,
our
do you?
guns.
I know. I'm surprised you still have guns. I thought they took them all
Yeah.
away from you guys. Okay, oh, good.
Well,
Yeah.
they try, but anybody who has guns, I mean,
Yeah,
really.
yeah, I know. It's so fun. It's so funny because everybody always has this like
I
conception.
invite you.
Yeah, everybody always has a misconception of like gun owners and stuff. Like we're all like, just like, oh, it's like we're all crazy, whatever.
Yeah,
It's so funny. I'd go to the gun.
Well,
Well, I go to the gun range and I would shoot, and I would sit there and talk to the yokels, and these are like your grandmas and they're just out there shooting guns. I mean, it's just one of the things. It's a weird thing. I remember when I was younger. And I was in Texas. I, of course, didn't have a firearm. So, but I remember going out to Boy Scouts and stuff like that. And I remember they put a firearm in my hand. We got to shoot real guns in Boy Scouts. I mean, how cool is that?
heck yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was cool. And then, but you get around it enough, it's not a big deal. Yeah. I know it freaks people out sometimes. They think, oh my God, all these guns. You know what? It's not.
Thing. It was going
Yeah.
plinking. We called it going plinking. And
Plinking.
you
Sure.
Your junk. Yeah. To a
Go shoot your stuff. No, that's the best. Yeah, go shoot your stuff.
Yeah,
that's
it was
a great way.
thing.
It's a great way to bond with the family, to go shoot inanimate objects that no longer have any viable necessity in your life. It's a great thing. And of course you could always strap on some tannerite and make a big explosion.
Well,
yeah, something like that. It's always fun stuff to do.
Get your parents' Gallo wine bottle out there, and we had our little Wii 22.
Sure. That old TV, that old tube TV that needed to die. That one you had to hit on the top of it to get it, and it to die. Like, I'm gonna take. That's how you get rid of. Like, I think it's good. I think it's really good for the psyche to shoot your inanimate objects. I do. I think it's good, and
I really think it's
a lot of fun.
Good to see a bullet land in a muffler.
Drag the old car out there and just shoot it up. Make it look like.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my God. I am so showing my country bumpkin right now to everybody. Okay. Listen, we've all done it, okay, out here in Texas. Okay. That's what we do sometimes. All right. But it's only in certain circles, people. It's not everybody. Okay. Oh gosh.
Well, just about everybody where I'm from.
Yeah. So so what else is going on? So are you guys taking this the virus thing? Are they going crazy over there? What's happening in your neck of the woods?
Yeah, they are going crazy, and I think it's because there's a big locust in Western Washington, and a lot of it's that Kirkland nursing home there. I think that's where they got like 26 deaths out of there, and so it kind of makes the numbers skewed because you realize that anytime there's a MRSA type virus of any kind in a hospital, it takes those kinds of tolls. And so, but the weird thing that I did see come through town, and I looked it up and it doesn't exist, but I saw the DOT come through with a whole bunch of trucks, and it said DOT Transport Control.
Sorry about that.
Transport Control. Okay, and they had the like one truck had these huge, like big concrete blocks like you would use if you were blocking off an off ramp or something like that. And truck after truck after truck came with, huge cement barriers and steel works and stuff.
What?
And I thought, well, that's peculiar.
That's weird.
Like 8 or 10 trucks. And I was just staring at them going by, So I went home and, looked up DOT, Department of Transport Control. I mean, that makes sense. You can't have people flying off ramps that aren't finished, but still.
Yeah.
It was just kind of wicked, strange timing.
Well, yeah, just a bit. Like I said, I just
and you
want
see
some,
those, and you're thinking, is Idaho going to block us out, man? Idaho doesn't want us anymore.
Yeah, I'm sure Oklahoma's already built a wall between them and Texas, and they're probably like, "This is the time we can wall off the Texans."
Watching it down, and I ran to Idaho. I just ran to Idaho as fast as I could, thinking this might be my last chance to breathe Idaho air.
Well, it might be. I think that we should I personally believe we should just wall off like New York City, just like they did in like Escape from New York, where they just made it one big place. Huh?
They wanted to, and then Cuomo said he would declare a civil war if they tried it.
Oh, come on. They're going to put a wall on it. Come on. Oh, let me see that article. I don't know if I believe that.
There wasn't a wall. They said they would cut it off. They didn't say anything about a wall. But they said they would.
Okay. I'm talking about a physical. I'm talking about a 50.
I was just a little bit concerned. I didn't want to be locked out of Idaho.
I'm talking like a 50-foot electrified, Constantine wire wall that just wraps around all of New York City.
I like that one.
Keep all of them in their own area right there. Just wall them in. That might be good. And Calvin, do the same to California. Sorry, Californians. Sorry, we didn't wall you in. Well, just LA. Yeah. What's up? Yes.
I like the best. I like the one with. I like the.
I like the one in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like him. He's cute. So cute.
That
Who
one that's right in the fires. Yeah.
Who doesn't love a tub of kittens? Yeah, well, she might be able to see it, but yeah, while we talk about the virus and stuff like that, we have to show kittens. Oh my God, look at that kitten. So cute. So was there anything else you had, Hannah? Was what else was on your mind, sweetie?
Well, I was just wondering what people were thinking about the Mandela effect. I think this is a locust, kind of like 911, and we should all keep aware of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Remember what we see, and because this is going to be a point at which we're going to come back and look at this time. You know,
Yeah.
there's going to be very soon. We're going to be taking a perspective look back, and I think we need to be just really kind of, you know, open and aware to what we see and what's unfolding before us, and not to panic.
It's always gonna be problem, reaction, solution. Okay. And so they're gonna come up with a reaction to this problem. We know the problem already. And then they'll roll out some solutions, you know, and what those
Well,
are.
I think the odd thing is they're leaving it so open-ended. Like, you know, they'll say, "Oh, we'll be closed until May 4th at least," you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's always that kind of ellipsis after everything they say, as if it's going to go on and on and on. And I just don't want them to just push that button on me over and over again. You know, my adrenal system is really tired. I'm just tired of them punching it, you know. It's like, you know, leave my adrenal system alone.
Right.
Let me get some
right.
peace around here.
I think right now everyone's okay with what's taking place. I think everybody's accepting this, you know, for as a quote crisis. But I feel like
Very gracefully.
very graceful. I think people are, you know, falling in line very well and going along with the plan for now. But I think that soon people are going to get a little bit more antsy about what's taking place, and they're going to want to go back to work. They're going to want to move around. And when they find out that, oh, did you not know that you can't do this and you can't do that and you can't go here and you can't go there? That's going to start to make people.
Well, it's going to change our social norms. I mean, already it's so strange when you
for
look
sure.
at a photograph and you see the way people used to hang out together, and then the signs, you know, come in and join the party. And you're thinking, party? Will that ever happen again? You know, church? Will that ever open again? You know, you just wonder about how you even just feel about society after all this, you know?
Sure.
How all we're going to react. It's just going to be a very interesting social situation as well, I think. What our customs are, handshaking and all those kinds of things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's going to happen now? Are we? And that's what I'm saying. They're breaking down all of that, and they're trying to make everything very well. For lack of, they're trying to make it very awkward, and so now it's going to be like, do you shake somebody's hand? Do you? What's the proper way to? And I'm sure you're going to start seeing all this stuff rolled out. These PSAs. Talking about how we're supposed to interact.
Yeah, because I leapt toward a friend and we were going to hug automatically like you do in the country. And then we jumped back, 6 feet each so that we were 12 feet apart going, oh my God, like what a horrible thing we almost committed here in the hardware store.
Right. You almost touched. Yeah. No, I got social distance by a gal at a convenience store, she was working there and she's like, you're a little too close. And I'm like, oh God. I'm like, you're not really buying it.
Yeah. Somebody asked me, where's the end of the line? And I pointed way back. He goes, what? Oh, like why? And then, yeah, I get it.
Yeah. All
like,
this.
it wraps around the store because we're all 6 feet apart.
Sure. And that is like, so before, it was after 9/11, it was all the fear stuff about terrorism and stuff like that. And red alert days and orange alert days. And, that was enough.
Orange alert days, and they push that button and they push that button.
Yeah.
So you just can't excrete any more adrenaline. It's just
I know.
You've tired me out.
Well, eventually,
and I already
all
have
that
kind of fatigue,
all that went away, all that went away. But what was left in its place is a military apparatus. We got Homeland Security.
Yeah, we still take off our shoes.
We still take off our shoes to go on a plane, or like all of this stuff is still in place.
Can't take your water on.
You can't take, yeah, oh no, you can't take your shaving cream on. Your shaving cream.
Yeah.
I was thinking like,
Yeah, like
none of
attacked
this
by
makes any
shaving
sense.
cream. Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm just, I think of
MacGyver,
things.
some sort of bomb out of shaving cream.
Well,
Are you
if you
kidding
want it,
me?
why does each bottle have to only have 4 ounces in it when I could take on 20 bottles with 4 ounces and do something that I shouldn't be doing? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not like I can't
Yeah, I
get
do,
the
but I mean,
necessary
they have
products
really
on
just
board.
mega creative.
I mean,
to
it's
really do a
not,
lot
it
of
doesn't
damage.
take a
With
rocket
any
scientist to
site,
figure this out. It's all the hassle-less. It's all to make everything difficult in life, and they want to
You
and
might
just
ask that
enact
little
this.
lady for that piece of yarn so you can make a, fuse for it. And then the man down the street,
Oh, I don't know.
might have a lighter on him and you could light it and,
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. It's
Make it
just,
go poof.
it's wild, man. I'm just saying, like, they're all doing it just to make things just harder on us, so that it's to limit our
It's
movement.
just to grind on you.
Yeah.
It's like this war on your nerves. It's like, just get off my nerves already.
Well, I think
You're
I'm
getting on
I'm
my
done.
nerves.
I'm sorry, but they say that if we give up liberty for security, we get neither, right? Well, I'm telling you, I'm really sick and tired of it. I'm really sick and tired of this political correct social structure that we're creating for the sake of security, and I just think that look, man, we're becoming something that I don't even remember us being. I remember us being a lot more connected, and now we're so freaking disconnected. And I think
this is
it's
absolutely
sad.
almost like fiction. I mean, I could, you just can't make this stuff up.
Mm-hmm. I know, it's unbelievable what's taking place right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, keep an eye out on what's going on in your area, and let us know if anything else changes, Hannah. But yeah, we appreciate it, and you have a wonderful night, sweetheart, and thank you for calling in.
All righty, I'll talk to you later.
All right, Hannah, take care.
All right, bye now.
Bye bye. All right, guys, that was Hannah. Thank you, Hannah, for calling in, and enjoyed the call. Let's see. Wichita Falls, Texas. Let's hear from Wichita Falls. Hey, Wichita Falls, you're on with Scare Performance. What's on your mind tonight? Wichita Falls. Uh-oh.
Hello, it's Connie Joe. I'm sorry.
Oh, is it Connie Joe? Hey, Connie Joe.
It is Connie Joe.
How you doing, girl? What's up, neighbor? What's up, neighbor? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing really good. I'm doing really good.
Yeah.
I have another avenue for y'all to think about what could be going on behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is just something to think about. You guys know that I do have psychic dreams that come true sometimes, and I've been having quite a few psychic dreams about a natural disaster right around the corner. Except that when I wake up, I can't ever remember what it is. So, and I've had other people that have psychic dreams that have been telling me the same thing, that they've been doing this. Now, what if they have released this virus as a test to see how everyone reacts to some kind of, disaster or just like a run on the stores, and what if this is what if this was just a precursor to something that's just around the corner that's going to happen? They could gauge what to sit back and say, okay, now what are these people going to do here? What are these people going to do here? Are we going to have this trouble? Are we going to have that trouble? And at the same time, they can put more restrictions on us already before this happens. Do you see what I'm saying? They can start limiting things and taking away privileges and all that stuff, so that they can do some crowd containing, get a better hold on what's going on out in the world before this happens. Now, I don't know in my dreams, I don't know if it's like a major earthquake, an asteroid. I don't know what it is, but I will tell you this. I listen to Late Night in the Midlands. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but they have all kinds of stuff on there. And they had this couple, Connie and Barry, that came on there, and they're into the esoteric and all of that. And I called in, and it's recorded on the show. And I called in and I told them about this, and they said they too also have been having this same thing. And so, tell me what you think about that idea.
Well, I'll tell you, the first thing that came to mind was that, let's just say that your visions are correct, and that we're going to experience something major, something, catastrophic, be a natural disaster or something else, whatever. The fact that you would create this idea of this to get people hunkered down, to get people in place so they're not moving around when this does happen, so more people are at home or whatever, is one theory you could kind of throw out there. Maybe if you want to, because there's a lot of different theories as to what's taking place. Now, one might say, well, they wouldn't just announce it because people would freak out and panic buy and, go crazy. Okay. But if you were to create something like this, where it's sort of slight and you're just doing it for, everyone's got to stay safe, we got to all fight the virus, that's not such a big deal. But if you told people some sort of impending doom, a meteorite or whatever was coming, you wouldn't do it like in the movies, like where they're like, okay, the president gets up there and he's like, okay, listen, guys, in about 2 weeks, we're going to be effed. And we're basically going to, experience a cataclysm on Earth that's, greater than anything we've ever seen. Okay, something biblical. You think people would just be calm, like, okay, well, that's great. I got 2 weeks to live. Let me just, go to the gas station without being an a-hole. Let me not, freak out. Let me not loot. Let me not do any of that, right? So, on one hand, on one line of thinking, I can say, well, maybe that could be the case. Sure. I mean, it could be something like that, or that could be just getting people to get prepared. This is one way to have people prepared for whatever's coming. But nonetheless, something is still coming. And I still think they're like, in the world we live in the game, we don't see the 3-dimensional chess game that they play. They're so far ahead of us and so many moves ahead of us that that sometimes, what we see right in front of us isn't really the move. The real move is being made on another level, on many different levels. And so that's how we have to look at it. Okay. So I think you never know, girl. I don't know. I guess there's always a potential of something catastrophic, natural cataclysm or something like that happening. Sure. We can't rule that out. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Yellowstone, caldera goes up. I don't know.
I will tell you this, in my dreams, it's not the end of the world. Okay. It's just something that causes everything to change, because the way the way things are done, and I mean, it's a big change in the world. Now, this too could be something like you were talking about. This may be my brain's way of dealing with something big coming, and it could be, like you say, World War. It could be what is it? The New World Order. I don't know. Maybe that's what the disaster is. I don't know. But you're right. Something is not. We don't know the whole story.
Yeah.
We just don't. And and it's kind of scary because it's just like everything here in Wichita Falls. We can still go to the store, and we can go get gas and you know, they pay our bills and things like that. But the only stores that are open are like the hardware stores, the supermarkets, the Dollar Generals and things like that, places where you can go buy food and necessities. But as far as restaurants, you can only get takeout, and a lot of the restaurants are closed. You can't go, even the doctor's office, if you don't have, there's only a couple of clinics that are staying open. Most of the doctor's offices have closed. And they, of course, you can't have any surgeries that aren't life or death surgeries, and all of that. But like, you know, the churches, the schools, all of that's closed. They're doing schools online. It's really turned our town upside down. I'm sure it has everybody else's too. You know, I don't know what's going on. All I can say is that we need to pray real strong, because this is, I don't see it being over with at the end of this month, whatever it is. I'll tell you this, tonight was supposed to be our grand opening as the Titanic, the musical, a play I'm doing at the Wichita Theater. You know, of course, they had to close all of that kind of stuff. We can't congregate. We couldn't do dress rehearsal. We couldn't do anything, and nobody's going to come anyway, because you can't have people, more than 10 people in a place at one time. And so our producer our director told us that, you know, we're going to have to wait until the fall. Now, why he said the fall, I don't know. But he says it's going to be the fall before we can do our play. Now, he might know something I don't, but or it could be that there's some other plays ahead of ours. But still, that's 6 months, you know? Well, maybe not 6 months, but,
well,
you know, it's 4 or 5 months anyway.
While we're all sitting around hunkered in our houses, what are they doing and moving around us that they're getting in place for something? That's how I'm looking at it. That's why they want us at home. They don't want people moving around and stuff like that. They want anonymity to what's going on outside and around us and in our surroundings. So are they putting things in place? Are they putting control measures in place while we're at home? Chilling on our computers, watching the latest, COVID-19 video to pop up. I don't know. You know, I mean, I kind of think that's it, because it's just weird that they want everybody at home, and they're really limiting our movement right now. And I find that to be strange, you know, and so that's one of the big key measures I see could be happening. And they could be, while that's going on right under our noses, they're sort of putting their power structure in place around us. Now, some people say, oh, it's to put up 5G. I don't think so. I think most people aren't even aware.
Screen, really.
Yeah, it is. It's a bait and switch sort of thing. And I don't think it has anything. I mean, most people will welcome 5G because they think of faster internet. You know, most people aren't really hip to the idea of any ideas of what 5G might do to us. So I think most people would welcome it. So anyway, it's not about 5G. It's about other things. Okay. So
yeah,
that's what I'm saying is get out there and pay attention to what's going on, people. Just pay attention, snap some pictures, keep people abreast of the situation. Because that's what we need to do. Just keep our eyes open.
People, right. And you know what I keep telling people, because I am on Facebook, and I keep getting these people, the Republicans and the Democrats and the this and the that, all fighting back and forth. And I keep telling everybody, they're all in bed together. They all are working together on this, even though they pretend like they're fighting. You know, they do that. They work together. You know, it doesn't matter. And it doesn't really matter about that right now. Right now, we got to be concerned about what else is going on. You know what I mean? I mean, you see the Clintons and and the Trump family all play golf together, and they hang out together, and they used to be buddies, and you know, it's just these people are in on whatever it is. They're all in on it. None of them are maybe some of them, but you know, even the governors and the different things like that, they're probably all in on whatever it is too. But
What
they're
is
not gonna
weird is
tell
like
you
there's
this.
all these officials and people around the world, you know, and nobody's talking any sense. Everyone just assumes and is just accepting it like, okay, you're gonna tell. Why is everybody just so easily reactive to the situation at hand without questioning anything? That's what's really strange to me. That's why to me it looks like a huge, huge power play by the cabals that run our run our world. I can't say anything other than that. It just seems really strange that everyone just sort of got on board with this, yet there's not one person, not one dissenting voice out there like, well, maybe we're overreacting, or hey, maybe we shouldn't, maybe we should take a wait and see approach, where is all that? And so I don't know, strange stuff. And then there's all this weird stuff going on. It's trying to demonize people with alternative views. Videos are being taken down that have alternative views on this stuff. So very, very odd. They're really cracking down on that. So yeah, I would say just keep your eyes open, people. This ain't over, and it won't be over anytime soon. And so maybe this is a good time, from what I'm talking about right now, and what we've all been discussing. It's maybe a good time to sort of just, get some affairs in order, and not to say you need to go hoarding or anything like that, but it might be a good time to stock up on a few things to kind of make it easier for you to make it through the long haul. Okay. And what the long haul is, I have no idea. But if they start limiting your movement and stuff like that, especially Walmart is, like I said, Fizzy just said that Walmart's going to start limiting people in the store. So at that point, when I start hearing that, that's when I say, okay, well, this may be the time to, get a few things and stock up on a few things. Like I said, not to hoard, but just to, get the necessities and get some things in place. Okay. If you can, this might be a good time to do it now.
Yeah.
Okay. Because what I see coming down the pike is getting worse, and they're going to become more stringent on their rules. Okay. So this is probably a good PSA. Was there anything else you had in mind, sweetheart, that you'd like to talk about?
Just one more quick thing.
Yeah.
And that is, I was watching Once Upon a Time's channel tonight, and she was talking about the Mandela effect of this happening in 2009, where the people made a run on the stores and all, and the virus and all that stuff. And I'm like, what the hell? I don't remember that. Do you remember that?
Well,
this happened
there's been like a virus almost every other year, bird flu, avian flu, Zika.
She's talking about the mass hysteria and the stores being out of food and all that stuff. And I don't remember that. I do not remember that. Do you?
909. No. I would have been. Not 09. No, everything was. Everything was fine. I didn't notice there was anything.
Talking about the viruses.
There was viruses. There's been viruses for the last 15 years or so. There's been something going on, here and there, that they've at least been reporting on, coming out of China mainly. But no, I don't remember there being is that history now? Is there history of people mass pan? Really?
That's what she's saying.
Timeline to me.
And she's pretty.
I definitely don't remember that.
And see what she says.
Yeah, I don't remember that at
all.
No, that didn't happen. I know in 2009 I was working, and I was married, and I would have definitely been something we would have talked about in 09. Would have definitely probably had to, being that I was a married man at the time, with with a wife, she would have been, I know her, and she would have been concerned about, this kind of thing, and it would have been brought to my attention if I didn't know about it right away. Not to mention, I was in the conspiracy world at that point, and I know that I would have heard about this. So that's very strange. I had to look back at that and see what it was. If there was mass runs on things everywhere, maybe it was just in a certain area of the world.
Yeah, go in and look at her. Go and look at her latest thing on there, and you can get more information on that. Okay.
Right.
Well, thanks for having me on.
Thank you, honey.
Talking to me about this. I just wanted to give that idea.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and we appreciate your time. And you have a wonderful night. Okay.
Okay. You too. Bye bye.
All right. Take care. Good night. All right. Excellent call. Thank you very much for that. Fizzy, did you say something?
So it's talking about in 2009 H1N1 pandemic.
Yeah, I remember that. Sure, but I don't remember people freaking out in America or runs. Maybe in Europe or something like that. Isn't she in England or something?
The CDC estimated that from April 12th, 2009 to April 10th, 2010, there were 60.8 million H1N1 cases, with 274,304 hospitalizations, 12,469 deaths in the U.S. alone. I do not remember this at all.
No, I don't remember. I remember a few people had it, but I remember it was in mostly Asia and Europe.
Worldwide, up to 575,400 people died from H1N1 during the first year. Unusually, about 80% of the deaths were in people younger than 65 years of age. I'm trying to see if there was any kind of panic, because this article is comparing.
A panic. Yeah.
Comparing the two together.
Yeah, I'm thinking of a panic now. A bunch of people, I never remember there being an issue. I remember it being there, sure, but I don't remember that many people dying in the U.S. That number is a little shocking to me. But I don't remember around stores or anything like that over it.
Okay, how does COVID compare to the last pandemic? I don't remember. Where was I in 2000?
They're calling it. Well, I was here in Texas, and I was very well aware of what was going on socially. So I'm really shocked that I don't have any memory of this. It's kind of weird. Oh God. Who knows? Maybe the media was just making. Well, maybe the media reports were just making more of what it was, just like they're doing now.
1.4 billion people across the world had H1N1.
What? No. Wasn't that 1.4 billion? No way.
Yeah, I'm sending you this article.
Oh my God. What the hell? No, I don't remember 1.4 billion getting it. Nope. And out of the 1.4 billion, how many died?
Hold on, I'm sending you the article. The deaths, they estimate that the estimate is between 200,000 and about 600,000 people dead. So the death rate wasn't too bad, but a lot of people were sick with it. But I don't remember.
I don't know.
Is she saying there was a run on stores and all that too? I don't remember.
Oh no, that would have been the year I got that walking pneumonia. So maybe I had the N1H1. Maybe I had that. They called it walking pneumonia. I didn't get tested for anything, so maybe I had N1H1. Maybe I had some crazy
images.
Crazy. I don't know. I just didn't know that. I don't remember any of these really being a big deal here ever. I remember a few people had it, sure, and it was a little bit of a scare, a little bit of people worried, but nothing ever came of it.
Okay, this is weird. They're saying the H1N1 was a mutated strain of the Spanish flu. Weren't they saying that about Corona too?
I'm sorry. Oh yeah, they were saying it was it could be like the Spanish flu. Yeah, everybody tried to bring up the Spanish flu.
Yeah, they had that one, and they had the swine flu at about the same time. So, oof. I'm trying to see if there's any pictures of people, like maybe stores being empty. I see a lot of Asians wearing masks. That's pretty common, but I don't see anything in America. Maybe that's why we don't remember. What are you thinking, Dan?
I don't know. I'm kind of reading chat and listening to you. Yeah. Let me grab the caller here. We got somebody waiting, and we're gonna wrap this up. Let me get to Wichita, Kansas. We had Wichita, Texas, and Wichita, Kansas. Hey, Wichita Falls. Hey, Wichita, Kansas. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, man, we can hear you. How you doing? Hold on 1 second here. Let me
Okay.
lock the room real quick. Okay.
Conference locked.
You are our last caller tonight, sir. What's been happening, brother?
Just watching everybody else doing the same thing you guys are doing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have some Bible quotes for you guys.
Okay.
And this is James.
Hey, James.
And I think it's not to worry kind of thing. So I got some Bible quotes here for you guys, and a prayer, and then I got 2 interesting things that you guys will want to hear probably at the very end. So I can run through these 10. I got like 10 of them, so I'll try to get through them pretty quick for you guys. But this is what Jesus said, and this comes from the KJV Bible. The first one is John 6, chapter 6, verse 47 and 48. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me hath everlasting life. I am the bread of life. John chapter 8, verse 12. Then spake Jesus again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have light of life. John 10, verse 9. I am the door. By me, if any man enter, he shall be saved, and I shall go in and out, and he shall go in and out and find pasture. And that's kind of like, remember when I told you about the FedEx sign, spoon-fed and exit this way to the right, and all the crosses are going to the right. The Amazon arrow is going to the right. There you go. Jesus sits on the right hand of God. Okay. John chapter 10, verse 11. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. John 10, chapter 27, or John 10, verse 27 and 28. My sheep hear my voice. I know them, and they follow me, and give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand. John chapter 14, verse 6. Jesus said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. John chapter 16, verse 33. These things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. Matthew chapter 5, 3, verse 10, the 8 Beatitudes of Jesus. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure of heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called children of God. Blessed are they who are persecuted for the sake of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And the peace prayer I have is the peace prayer of St. Francis of Assisi. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. And it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. And the last two Bible quotes, John chapter 13, 34 through 35. Let me give you a new command. Love one another in the same way that I have loved you. You love one another. This is how everyone will recognize that you are my disciples, when they see the love you have for each other. And Isaiah chapter 40, verse 8, the grass withers, the flowers fade, but the word of our God will stand forever. And here's the interesting thing. And you guys will have to check this out yourself tonight, to verify. But I haven't seen the 10 Commandments or Jesus's words change at all in the Mandela effect. They've stayed the same. Now, we've heard about the wineskins changing to bottles and stuff like that. But that's pretty much just to get our attention. That's not.
Yeah, but that was only that's
You know
that's
what I
in
mean?
that's in the KJV, but it's wineskins in the NIV, or it's so it's not like it's completely gone, because it does say wineskins there.
Well, and here's the other thing that I've noticed. If you take the KJV and you take any other Bible, it doesn't matter what, the wording is pretty much the same. Like, for instance, I'll give you an example. Like, one book will say, Sally went to school. The next book will say, Sally got up at 8 o'clock and went to school. The third book will say, Sally got up, did her hair, had breakfast, went to the bus stop, got on the bus, and went to school. What do they all have in common? Sally got up and she went to school. See, it's copyright. They can't all say the same thing.
Right.
You can't say what somebody already wrote, but you can make up extra,
Sure.
to get around that.
Yeah.
So
No,
anyway,
I
that
gotcha.
that was my
No, that was
for
excellent.
tonight.
No, and I would say that, look, man, these are some perilous times that we're in right now. Whether or not this and that, or what is real and what's not. The issue is that when the darkness comes, okay, there's a way out of that darkness, and that's through Jesus. And I just would stress that to everybody, that if it comes, look that way, look to the light, and Jesus will guide you out of it. And so I and no matter what happens, I mean, the truth is I am, I'm just a regular
You just
dude,
got to pray to the
just a regular guy, man. Yeah,
Holy
just I
Spirit
don't.
to guide you.
Hey, man. It's all in God's hands, and and we can do what we can here in this physical world, but God has the ultimate say, and
God's got this. He's
yeah.
in control. He's always been
It
in
really-
control. Don't worry
yeah.
about it. Things are
don't
the way
fear.
they are, and
No. But I
pray
know
to-
people,
pray
it's
to,
easy to get caught up in that, because you have families and people have loved ones and other things at stake here other than themselves, and so, it's easy to push our buttons and move us in certain directions, and see the bigger game at foot. For a lot of us, it's becoming quite apparent where we're at, and who really runs this place. But the truth is that, ultimately, God is in control, and it'll
and
be
we're
okay.
we're still in that filtration process. This
Yeah.
is just another part of that filtration process.
Yeah.
Because
Wow.
it's we got family members and we got friends and who they don't see what we see, and they don't hear what and you can talk to them and it goes in one ear and it goes right out the other, and it gets you frustrated about it and it gets you upset about it, but
Yeah.
God's
Well,
got this, so don't worry about it.
Exactly, man. Exactly, dude. And it's just it's like I said, it's so easy to get caught up in it all and see the circus and see what's being played out in front of us. And it's, you just you sometimes it's a good message, and I appreciate the call because it's good as a reminder, like after we speak all these words about this and that and what might be taking place, and ultimately it's I believe God is still in charge here, and even though Satan is a ruler of this world, you know things will always happen on those levels too, but like I said, ultimately good wins over evil all the time and every time. So I appreciate
Absolutely.
I appreciate the message, sir, and it was very much needed at this time. So thank you. Was there anything else you had on your mind, sir?
Yeah, I had one more thing.
Yeah,
if
sure.
you check out those cat videos. None of them have those freaky feet.
Oh,
The cat videos you've been putting up tonight.
yeah.
If you look, that they don't have those crazy feet. On some of those other.
Oh, I know,
cats
right?
we've seen. So,
Yeah,
which
Noble's
is a good
cat.
thing, right?
Freaky paws, and it's wild. Yeah, it's a lot of strange animals out there, man. We always cover that stuff on Mandela Monday, but it's amazing how many cats. I had a Maine Coon growing up. We had one, and certainly wasn't as big as some of these other Maine Coons I've seen. Goodness gracious, when they
Well,
get so large. Wow.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
in 2009, you were talking about 2009, not remembering the H1N1. I don't remember it, and I was in Hawaii at the time, and they have a lot of Asian people from there.
Sure.
And now I did see a video that you guys might be interested in. It's called Asian Boss, and it has a Korean doctor that talks about the virus that they're having right now, and he explains it a lot. Now you take it with a grain of salt, but and he was talking about all the different sicknesses that they had gone through overseas that we didn't have to go through.
Right.
And maybe that would help too, to just get an idea of what they're talking about, kind of thing. And is it real? Is it not? Well, that's up for discussion, right? So it's not a bad thing to wash your hands and take care of yourself and take care of your family and stuff like that. And it's given us all time to spend time with your family, or at least talk to them, or bring them up on a video chat or whatever, so you can still talk to them. I mean, God made sure we were able to do that.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
That's pretty much what I got to say.
Well, thank you, sir, for sharing with us tonight. As always, we appreciate you calling in, man, and it's great to hear from you. You take care of yourself and take care of those around you. Okay, sir?
Yep, you too. God
All
bless
right, brother.
all of you, and I love you all.
We love you too, man. God bless
All
you,
right.
brother. Okay.
Good night.
Good night, sir.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Well, that is going to do it for the conference calls. And let me go ahead and just before we head out of here, let me go ahead and let's see. By the way, a great call. Thank you, sir, for that. Also, too, shout out to Snafu. Snafu Snaps as a channel. He's a subscriber here, and he's just old-fashioned YouTuber that likes to talk politics and all kinds of stuff. But the other night, it was last night. I'm getting my nights mixed up. My days and nights are all blended together right now, people. But I jumped on his broadcast and said hello to a few people over there, and so if you have some people that came from his channel that are listening tonight, I'd like to say welcome aboard and thank you for coming by. Okay, and I'll get with him very soon, and we'll share some more thoughts and talk about some things. And he seems like he's hip to a lot of stuff that's going on here, and so it should be an interesting conversation. Look, guys, let me go ahead and we're going to wrap this puppy up, but let me go ahead and do a shout out. We have Alston Baldia, Catherine Snows, Dean Johnson, Fizzy Pop, Hannah Walker, KC is here, Melissa Hecker, Nico, Pushing Button 62, Richard Melgar, True TNT, VA Rocks Hard, and in Wake Up News. Let's see. Let me go back to the regular list here. Splatter 420. Hey, man. Skip Thornhooter. Hey, dude. What is up, man? God, I love that. I'm going to redo that, man. I'm going to do my do your song and make it an intro, one of my intros. I got to do it. I'm gonna work on that. Spencer's Mustache. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoyed the show, y'all. I'm glad I'm able to get together with you guys and still fellowship somewhere on YouTube. So thank God for that. Okay. And it's very nice. And we always have a wonderful time. But yeah, listen, tomorrow night, we'll try to schedule a guest on and see what we have. Me and Armor Up are supposed to get together. And last week, it didn't happen. I was just tired. I was so beat. And so, maybe this week everything will go on without a hitch. So tomorrow night's broadcast is 9 p.m. Central. It's 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. I'll be looking for that. And what else? Well, that's about it, guys. I guess we're just going to wrap this puppy up. And like I said, sorry, it's a little bit later than we normally go. But hey, you know what? It is the Freaky Friday broadcast. And we'd like to start a little bit later, give it that Freaky Friday vibe. And anyway, y'all, have a great one. I'll see you tomorrow night. Take care. And don't forget, if you see anything that looks suspicious or whatever in your area, if you start noticing stuff, let us know. Scaredperformance@gmail.com. What's up?
If you see something, say something. To Dan.
To Dan. Yeah, to Dan, not to the government. Not to the government, because they're not going to give you any. Well, no, I would say the government doesn't give out cheese anymore, but apparently they do. We're all getting some cheddar. I kid. Hey, I'm out of here. We love you guys. Take care, y'all. Have a good one.